Well, good evening, race fans of the internet. Welcome to tonight's TDTV production of the DOB 360 Sprint Cars round number 2 from the Limaland Speedway Park here in beautiful Lima, Ohio, and then we'll travel to USA International Speedway down in Florida. But for right now, I am your host tonight, the voice of Talkin' Dirt podcast, as well as right here on TDTV, Mr. Ryan Williams, joined in the booth by none other than Mr. Matt Pridgett. Matt, great to be back with you here for round number 2 with the one of the oldest racing leagues in all of sim racing, the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprints. Hey man, how are we feeling about tonight? You gotta be looking good after we kind of got over the week 1 blues last Thursday.
Yeah, obviously wasn't here to see the race at Limaland, but from what I saw and heard, it went pretty smooth. That was with the 410, so stepping that back down to the 360s, you would expect that to transfer over.
So everything looking good so far, Matt. Great to have you back with me here as we get into some good racing here tonight. Again, the 410 series ran at Lima Land for session number 2 last Thursday. That was a great race won by the number 5 Braden Eiler. Now this 360 league last week we saw them at Volusia and where else, Matt? Knoxville for the 360s last week. Both races on track were won by Tyler Shell, driver of the 85 car. But due to an incident that Tyler had in the race at Volusia, the win was taken away and awarded to Ryan Scheit. So Scheit and Shell officially split those races from last Tuesday night. As we lead into tonight, points so far, if we pull up your points for the series, currently Tyler Shell still leading those points over Cameron Pritchard, Michael Sheridan, Ryan Scheit, and Chris Roberts in the top 5 as far as the points are concerned right now for the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series. Again, want to remind you that these 360s will be broadcasted live here on TDTV through the conclusion of September. Then they'll move to a different platform, but we'll have the coverage of the 410 sprint cars all season long, and that continues this coming Thursday as the series visits the Kokomo Raceway in Kokomo, Indiana. And then following that, they will head down to Bristol, Tennessee to race on the dirt track at Bristol Motor Speedway. So far here tonight, a couple of groups have taken their hot lap sessions. See Darren Detweiler currently the fastest car on the speedway here, Matt. Hot laps continuing to work off, I believe, close to, if not exceeding now 40 cars in attendance for round number 1 here of tonight's round 2 for the 360s.
Big field of cars here tonight. It's tight little tracks. Gonna get a little bit tricky. Um, Going through the heat races, you're gonna have the top 4 transfer to the feature, and then as we saw last week with those big consolation races, there's gonna be a lot of people. And right now, as it sits, the top 4 out of the C is gonna transfer to B, and only the winner of the B main is going to the feature. That might change. I'm not sure, but seeing as we have, you know, right at 40 cars, it's probably going to fill out that way. So it's going to get a little dicey tonight.
I have been muted this whole time.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir. I've been talking this entire time, been muted on the stream, but as I was saying, these guys trading those quick times like Pokemon cards back in 2002 as Ernie Williams Jr., now the second fastest guy in the lobby as he goes in right behind Double D Darren Detweiler. Out of that group, let's see, Casey Miller was 8th quick. Christopher Lynn back in 15th. I believe Shane Gallo in 21st. As another group of cars going to take to the speedway here.
I'm on the stream, sounding like I'm talking to myself.
No, you're good, man.
Okay.
You're good. I'm here now, buddy.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help. That's funny. Anyways.
I am here now. We got a lot of cars on track here, Matt.
Yeah, I got my eyes on the 72 of David Smill. Takes his first lap. He's going to be scored in the 25th position so far.
Yeah, you got some other guys. Alex Trzynski, Tyler Schell, one-time winner on the season so far. Of course, David Smill Jr., Andrew May there in car number 31. Jay-Z Photography all over that one as well. Tyler Schell, 9th quick in car 85. Good second lap for Tyler Schell. Stephen Hill also on the speedway in car number 27. 27 drivers so far have taken a time. Let's see who's jumping up even further. It's Tyler Schell, Matt, in car 85. And how about David Smill, the guy you were watching earlier? That's 72. Bad fast. He goes 3rd quick.
Yeah, good lap for David Smill. And Tyler Schell obviously was, pretty fast in both of Tuesday night's races. He's going to be up there in top contention again tonight.
Some other cars now on the speedway. Tyler LaPointe there in the 40 car. Cody Terry in car 09. Whoa, a little squirrely for Terry. Gets a little sideways. Larry Moody back in the 173. Bit of a triumphant run for Larry on Thursday night. Finished top 3 in race number 1 with the 410s. Looking to extend on some momentum here with the 360s tonight. Miles Jansen Jr. will be in car number 35. Jansen 17th quick after lap number 1. Looking to be a little bit better. Tyler LaPointe back in 30th. Cody Terry pushes the envelope, goes to 23rd fast and into the wall. As Billy Rowley in this group as well, 79 car currently 11th on the time cheats. As we've still got quite a few left to go, Matt, up over 40 cars entered here tonight as we are closing in on the end of hot laps, excuse me. So another 40-plus car field here for the 360s, Matt. We might be in for quite an interesting time here at Limaland.
Yeah, I just counted it up. It is 46 cars in here so far. Let me check the entry list. Yeah, nobody's disconnected. Every name you see is in this server. 46 total cars.
This next group coming out here, you see Joshua Steinke there, the number 80 machine. The 03 will be Justin oh, man, that's a good one. Zapatanzi? Oh, Lord. I hope he finishes top 3 so he can tell me how to say his name. David Heileman in car number 49. I'm just going to call him Justin for the time being. He's just Justin for now. If anybody knows how to say that name, spell it out for me in the comment section below. Let's see who else we got on track here. Don't see any others besides Joshua, Justin, and David. I believe John Batista out there with them as well. There's John Batista in the 54 machine. Steinke currently 24th here, Matt, in the Dumble Zero car. As he then bumps it up to 19th. So some speed here in this group.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's all, spread out through the track trying to find the speed. You got a couple of them up high. You got a couple of them down low. Trying to figure out where they got to be for qualifying.
Exactly right here, Matt, is this next group out is a case of heavy hitters. There you see it. A win in the 410s to open the season. Mr. Mason Hannigan, the number 1 star out of Pittsboro, Indiana. behind him. Already on track, it'll be the number 9, Dustin Griffiths. The 14 car of Mark Jessup in action here tonight. Brad Lamberson will be in car 37. And Doug Lockwood will be in the 08 machine here tonight. As already Dustin Griffiths, pretty quick. Mason Hannigan, 19th in car number 1, Star. Who just shot way up there, Matt? Look at Dustin Griffiths. He's 6th quick here in hot laps. What a lap for Griffiths.
It looks like he's rolling the middle there. Got Mason Hannigan now now their practice session's over.
Mason Hannigan just went fastest of everybody, Matt. A 10.92 or 933 for Mason Hannigan puts him as the fastest car on the speedway. As I believe we are awaiting the arrival of Braden Eiler there, the number 5 car, who was a winner last Thursday with the Ford 10s. George Streaker Jr. now exiting the pit lane. They're in car number 17. So possibly Eiler, Henselman, and Harl Streaker not taking a time here in hot laps.
Huh. George Streaker just got off the track. Not sure what is going on.
Well, he may be done for hot laps here, as we've got, you see there on your screens, the big board up on the top left-hand corner. Hannigan, the quickest out of everybody, a 10.933 over Detweiler's 10.99. Now, this plays a big factor because Hannigan ran it on a much more worked-in track than Darren Detweiler. So will Mason Hannigan be a major factor in tonight's racing? We will find out shortly as qualifying comes to the speedway. Remember, just 2 minutes for these guys to take their times here, Matt, as we got a lot of guys exiting the pit lane. Well, first key in, here's Joshua Colton in car number 87. Colton there in the 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway, looking good here. Taking his yellow, or dang, I can't say flag colors today, Matt. Taking his green flag as he will complete the first of 2 laps for him. Tyler Shell also on track in car number 85. John Bautista, the first one to get a time. He's the quickest so far. Jared Detweiler a little bit faster. You see the lap times on the bottom of your screen. It's currently Detweiler, Bautista, Heileman, Smeal, your top 5. Shell up to second on lap number 2. Good lap 11, 1:15. As Richie Preston, currently the fastest on the speedway. 11:045 for Richie Preston. Mason Hannigan second quick. Brad Lamberson was just on the speedway in car number 37. He was 10th quick after 2 laps. There's Joshua Piquel. There's his lap times at the bottom. Piquel pretty quick here in qualifying as well. Let's see who else is taking some times here. Mark Jessup, I believe, on the speedway. Jessup there in the 14 car, looking to do better than 35th. He does 31st on lap number 2. Ernie Williams Jr. after 2 laps goes 15th quick. As we'll pull up the tower here, you see Preston, the fastest car out there, 11.04. Just faster than Mason Hannigan in the 1 machine. And Darren Detweiler rounds out the top 3 here. Got one making some moves here. Braden Eiler into the top 11, but can't get 10th. The number 6 car this week for Braden Eiler is Alex Szerzynski on track in the number 23 up against the cushion. And I believe time expires on Alex Szerzynski. So that'll do it for qualifying here. Again, quick time went to Richie Preston. Great time for Preston there, as he puts time of 11.045 over Hannigan, Detweiler, Shell, Bautista. Your top 5, Heileman, Griffiths, Roberts, Jansen, Szerzynski. Round out the top 10 here, Matt, as we grid up for heat race number 1. Why don't you tell us who's in it?
All right, so again, you got the invert in your top 4. So leading us to the green flag is going to be David Smeal. Second's going to be Miles Jensen. Third's going to be John Bautista. Fourth is going to be Richie Preston. Fifth is going to be Carter Chevalier. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but 6th is going to be Joshua Piquel. 7th is going to be Doug Lockwood. 8th, Aaron Deifler. 9th, Mark Jessup.
Good luck with this one.
10th, Justin Z. 11th, Christopher Lynn. And 12th is going to be Josh Bootler.
We'll go with Bootler. Rule number 1, Matt, never second guess yourself. If you say a name wrong, oh well, it happens. It's broadcasting. So that's your lineup for heat race number 1 here as we head down the back straightaway. There you see a good look at your starting field. Smeal, Jansen, Batista, Preston, currently the 4 that will start in those transfer spots that are oh so important here with the DOB 360 sprints. Beautiful wing sprint car setups done by Double D Darren Detweiler is into 3 and 4 we go, and off of 3 and 4 we're gonna come to a green flag this time as we race into turns 1 and 2, and it's already on like Donkey Kong in turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, Matt.
Yeah, Miles Jansen trying to make it pretty well. Oh, slide job for the lead. Not quite what he wanted out of that, but he falls back in line, back in the 2nd position. As we are 3 wide for 4th position right now. We'll crossover, slide, into the wall, but we stay going straight.
We sure do, Matt. It's that battle for the transfer spot hot and heavy. They were 3 and 4 wide the last time by Chevalier. Currently has it. Piquel right in his tracks. He wants it. As now Chevalier throws a slider for the 3rd spot. As we complete another one, 6 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Preston, slider in 3 and 4, or 1 and 2, takes it back. Chevalier, slider in 3 and 4, takes it right back. Back to the bottom goes Richie Preston, and he's going to throw a slider. Look at Joshua Piquel.
Ooh, and oh man, everybody keeps it going straight, but it's sent. I can't remember what car it was into the wall.
Well, hey, Joshua Piquel just got that Walmart 2-for-1 special, and he will take the spot. And we got trouble at the back. Caution will fly with 3 to go here in heat race number 1. But Matthew Pridgeon, the man on a mission, the 2-for-1 special for Joshua Piquel here, goes from 5th to 3rd in one fell swoop. He's fallen back to 4th currently, but how about that move? That was some intense driving there, was it not?
Oh yeah, I mean, you had the 2 cars throwing sliders back and forth for what, each corner, 2-3 laps,
and
in
you
a
start
row
to
there.
see your opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, he come up and he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Absolutely did. Joshua Piquel currently holding down that 4th and final transfer spot. Your rundown: Schmiel, Jansen, Chevalier, Piquel. Then it's Daffler, Batista, Preston, Butler, Lynn, Lockwood. And currently out of the race, Justin Z and Mark Jessup. As we look back up front to your leaders, as the pace truck dips in, as we head into 3 and 4, look at this start. Schmiel off to a great jump. Jansen keys him up as well. Jansen to the inside, slide job in 1 and 2 as your leaders in the wall, Matt.
Yeah, Carter Chevalier having a little bit of internet issues, blinking there a little bit, but he looks like he got through it pretty well. But tell you, man, this race is getting real dicey. It's good racing, though.
Well, there's another yellow flag. Not exactly sure what happened towards the back. Don't have an indicator of who it was, but Matt, we saw an interesting start there. Schmiel led us from the point, and he got hard into that outside wall in turns 1 and 2, and that allows Miles Jansen Jr. to take the point for the time being as the lights go back out on the iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck as we head down the back straightaway. It looks like it's going to dip off of turns 3 and 4, and let's see if business picks up where it left off. Jansen into the restart zone. Hard on the loud pedals. We head off into 1 and 2. Look at a slide job attempt here. Schmiel down to the bottom. Slide job in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Looks like Jansen's going to load up a shot and give it right back to him. Slide job from Jansen. And here comes Carter Chevalier into the mix here on the white flag lap.
Miles Jansen looking to throw another slider going into 3 and 4.
Ooh,
Just quite couldn't get there. And then we have a wreck back here
Yeah,
coming off
man.
of 4.
Had a wreck
Everybody
towards the
trying to get
back.
in that.
Matt,
Everybody trying to get in that transfer spot.
yeah, everybody was trying to get the transfer spot, and the person that it hurt the most was Carter Chevalier, as Carter was riding in fourth, and unfortunately, he ends up finishing outside of the top 4, Matt, and that will send him to the C and B main. As here are your heat race number 1 results. It was David Smeal Jr. getting the win there over Miles Jansen, Piquel third, and Aaron Daffler capitalizes on Chevalier's mistake. He will go to the feature. Richie Preston, Doug Lockwood, Josh Butler, Carter Chevalier, John Batista, and Christopher Lynn rounded out on the track, and then you see Justin and Mark not finishing heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 already on the speedway here, Matt, and it will line up with Joshua Steinke on the point, Szerzinski second, Heileman third, Hannigan fourth, Rowley, Streaker, Moody, Davis, Terry, May, Bragman, and Henselman will lead us to a green flag here for heat race number 2. There you see a good look at your starting field as they head down the front straightaway. Lights will go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing, as we continue to do battle here with the DOB 360 sprints from Limaland. Matt Bridgen, I'll give you the honors here. Take us to a heat race number 2. Green flag out of turn number 4.
All right, pace truck is pulled in, and Mr. Steinke is on the loud pedal. Goes off, chooses the high line in 1 and 2. People trying to bottom there, not quite where you want to be. We get double file racing. Joshua Steinke all up front by himself. Mason Hannigan gonna dip it off on the inside, try to get that third position. Alex Szerzinski having a little bit of internet issues looking like. I don't know what it's looking like for you, but he was disappearing for a second. Still Mason Hannigan riding along on the bottom. Ooh. Oh. Mason Hannigan was given the EOL penalty. He'll be sent back to the back with David Halliman. we go. Larry Moody riding into final transfer. Looks like Billy Rao. I think I can't. I don't have lap time, and it's a little difficult for me to see what positions everybody's in, but a lot of good hard racing. Hopefully, everybody can keep it clean and we can get them all under green. Ooh. I don't know. That might have been some net code because when they were right time they made contact, their cars were inside of each other. So I don't know. There might have been some internet issues there. A little bit of contact coming off of turn 4, but again, everybody's keeps it straight. You have Detweiler trying to chase down Michael Sheridan, get that one extra spot advantage. So taking us to green is going to be the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Second will be the 37 of Brad Lamberson. Third, not the 93 of Chris Roberts. Fourth will be the 85 of Tyler Shell. Fifth, going to be 18 of Kevin Click. Sixth, Nicholas McGeethy. Seventh, Matt Altoff. Eighth, Stephen Hill. Ninth, Daniel Harrell. 10th will be George Streaker Jr. And rolling off 11th will be Matthew Westfall.
Well, Matt, I'm going to break some bad news. I had I accidentally hit my hotkey again, so I was muted for a couple minutes there. But good heat race number 3 we just saw. Heat race number 4 now on the speedway. I got just remind me to never hit my hotkey again because I forget to take it back off. You know, ADD is a heck of a thing. But here is heat race number 4 as they head down the back straightaway, with Ernie Williams Jr. out in front of Brad Lamberson. They're going to be side by side, coming to a green flag out of turn number 4 for heat race number 4 of 5 on the night. As we head out of turns 3 and 4, green flag flies in the air. Ernie Williams Jr., good jump to the point. Robert straight to second in the number 91 Shell to third. Lamberson currently 4th. As they're still side by side all the way back. Throw a blanket over the field here at Limaland as we complete lap 1 of 10. 9 laps to go here. Ernie Williams Jr., leader Matt, and behind him a little bit of pushing and shoving as Kevin clicked to the inside.
He was able to keep it going, but unfortunately back to the back. A little bit of contact between the 33 and the, what number is that? The driving
73 car of Nicholas McGeethy.
417. Yeah, so a bit of contact there, so feels shaken up just a little bit. But according to my results here, Stephen Hill's riding in your final transfer spot with
might not be for long. He's all up in the wall is Stephen Hill. And here comes Lamberson. Here comes Altoff. Lamberson thought about a slider. Altoff there on the bottom in the NOS Energy drink. Number 417. Lamberson still rides in that 5th spot, looking to get into the penthouse here. Looking to put Hill into the outhouse. Lamberson back down to the bottom. 4 laps to go. This time by Ernie Williams Jr. in a battle of his own here, Matt. Look at Shell and Roberts on a charge here at Limaland Caution. Flag waves. It's George Streaker Jr. in the 117 to bring it out here with 3 laps to go, Matt.
And heck of a race going on right now to get into a position to try to overtake Stephen Hill for that final transfer spot.
Oh, you are exactly right. It's a heck of a battle there. It's also a heck of a battle for the race lead right now, as Williams had his proverbial mirror full of Shell and Roberts. Of course, these guys don't run mirrors in the league. There's a gentleman's agreement amongst all the drivers. Nobody runs mirrors, which is a little more realistic to real-life competition. As Ernie Williams Jr., Tyler Shell, Chris Roberts, you could have thrown a blanket over those guys, and they would have fit every single inch of those wing sprint cars under it. Stephen Hill trying to hold off Brad Lamberson and Matt Althoff right now, as I believe Ernie Williams Jr. going to come around. We're going to take the green flag out of turn number 4. There goes your iRacing pace truck, and Williams eyeing that loud pedal. When's he going to hit it? Fires out of turn 4, held up the field in Williams, and it gave him a great jump here, Matt.
Yeah, they weren't expecting that. Everybody on here expects you to go early, but works out for him. A little bit of contact between Stephen Hill and Brad Lamberson, yeah.
So that
contact between them two, but Lamberson able to hold. Nope.
Matthew Westfall right now in the 4th spot. Lamberson back to 5th. Click making his way back through the field here in the number 18. Down there working the bottom. Hits the tractor tires as the checkered flag flies. And Ernie Williams Jr. picks up heat race number 4 victory as Chris Roberts, the catfish, gets around Tyler Shell out of turn number 4. So it's Williams Jr., Roberts, Shell, Westfall going to the feature. Lamberson, Hill, Click, Althoff rounded out on the speedway. A couple do not finish here in this fourth heat race. I believe, Matt, what we got up next? Do we have our C main event coming to the Speedway here?
Yep, we got our C main event. We don't see our fifth heat tonight, so that has been skipped, and we're going straight to the C main. Now it has changed. The top 4 of the C main will transfer to the B main, and then out of the B main, you'll have 8 transfer out of there.
Right. So we have Brian Moore Sr. leading us off here. Matt Aldhoff outside of him. Road 2 will be John Bautista and John Bragman. Tyler LaPointe alongside Nicholas McGeethy for row number 3. Christopher Lynn should line up next to Mason Hannigan in the 1 car. Let's see what else we have here. Travis Olson and George Streaker Jr. would round out the top 10. Justin Z and David Heileman would roll off in row number 6. And rounding out the field, you would have Shane Gallo 13th, Daniel Harrell, Mark Jessup, Harl Streaker, and Dustin Griffith. 17 cars here in this C main event to determine who goes to the B main, where we will find out who rounds out the field for tonight's 40-lap feature event from the Limaland Speedway here in beautiful Lima, Ohio. Nice settings here, beautiful racing surface, getting nice and slick already for the DOB 360 sprint cars as we go into turns 3 and 4. And off turn number 4, the green flag will fly. Good jump for Brian Moore Sr. as he will lead us into turns 1 and 2. Right behind him, everybody already 2 and 3 wide all the way around this little tiny track here at Limaland. 4 wide there, Matt, in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
And David Heileman is absolutely ripping the lip right now as he has moved up already 4 positions in just 1 lap. But he's definitely going to be one to watch and one to expect to be in your top 4 transfer tonight in this year's C-Main.
Hey, we will certainly see up 6 spots already here in this C-Main event is Heileman. Mason Hannigan electing not to start. So that'll bring it into an early end to his night here at Limaland. Heileman already into the top 4, Matt, as the caution flag will wave. This one for Travis, I believe that was Travis Gibson, or Travis Olson, the victim of this caution here with 8 laps to go. And it looks like it as there's some damage to the front end of the number 47 car for Travis Olson. Man, 12 laps in a C main here, Matt. And I mean, this one, for these guys in it, this is for all the marbles. They cannot hold back. And Travis Olson was doing all he could to try and get out of that top 4. And, you know, tough luck strikes every now and then.
Yeah, but someone's bad luck with someone's good luck. And David Heileman started 12th. We are 4 laps into this C main, and he is riding in the 4th position. Absolutely insane start to this race.
Who you telling? Man, I've been seeing Heileman for quite a while here with DOB, and yeah, that just goes to show you what kind of driver he is, what kind of drivers you are going to see here with the Dirty Old Bastards every Tuesday and Thursday night. Remember, back Thursday, double feature for the 410s is into 3 and 4 we go. Coming back to a green flag, this time more on the loud pedal, and we are racing once again here at Limaland. It's more Bautista, LaPointe, Heileman currently in transfer spots, but a challenge already for Matt Aldhoff. Look to the inside of Heileman, nothing doing up front. LaPointe to the bottom, a little contact between he and Heileman as we go. 7 laps to go this time, and David Heileman not done yet as he continues to try to work his way up. Matt, we got a new leader.
And not for long as they go 3 wide. Slide job by Heileman, but it won't be able to stick. He 23 able to hold him off as we have a caution.
Yeah,
not sure who's going to be in what position just yet.
Another caution here. I believe this one gonna be Dustin Griffiths, possibly. See if we can find him. Yeah, I believe it was Dustin Griffiths. He's off the speedway now. So we'll check back in with our leaders here. And as you were saying, it did not stick. It's currently Tyler LaPointe going to be your race leader They're in car number 48, or 40, excuse me. Car number 40 for Dustin Griffiths. So it's going to be Griffiths, Moore, Heileman, Batista, Althoff currently in the top 5. So 4 will go to the B main event. The rest will watch the feature from the trailers. As I believe Matt here, lights out, coming back to a green flag. This time, can Tyler LaPointe hold these guys off?
And we're fixing to find out. Pace truck is pulled in, and he is on the loud pedal as he gets a great start off into one, choosing to run the bottom. Brian Moore running the top, and David Heileman trying to stick his nose up underneath him, but Brian Moore just has the momentum coming off the corners.
Well, LaPointe's going to have a challenge here momentarily as Moore is quick and Heileman's quicker as, LaPointe gets loosey-goosey. Just about loses it. What happened to David Heileman? Had to get on the binders, falls back to the 5th spot. Brian Moore, your new race leaders. Heileman gets into 1 and 2, a little bit heavy. Down the straightaways we go into turns 1 and 2. Heileman currently behind Althoff. That's that 4th and final transfer spot. Caution flag. Streaker and McGeethy get together here, Matt.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see a little shake-up here in the top 5, but I think David Heileman might be sitting in a good position to get back up into a transfer.
Excuse me, not Streaker or McGeethy at that time. That was just an iRacing issue. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened. I believe it involves... Heck, I'm not even sure at this point. Everybody crashed according to SDK. But still, that was a bit of a shake-up for this race, Matt. Brian Moore is your current race leader. LaPointe second. Batista, Althoff hold those 4 transfer spots. David Heileman was running 3rd. David Heileman is back to 5th. David Heileman has 2 laps to try and make up a spot here. Can he do it is the big question mark that we're going to see out of these final couple of laps. And you also got guys, John Bragman's quick. Justin Z, he's picking up 4 spots here in this B main or C main event. So it could be any of these, say, top 8 cars getting into the top 4 here, as Heileman already to the bottom looking to make a pass.
Almost 3 wide for the lead there coming off of turn 2. Heileman trying to throws it up on the top shelf, around to the outside, Batista, and he'll probably get around him for the position.
Well, let's see. It's coming to the checkered. He's got to do it. Coming to the checkered. Heileman had to go for it. Yeah, what a finish. As Moore wins. Yeah, Moore wins. Heileman second. Althoff, LaPointe to the B main event. Matt, what a C main for David Heileman. He comes through at the end to take the second spot from 5th to 2nd in 1 lap for David Heileman, as he will trail Brian Moore. Althoff 3rd. LaPointe rounds out the transfers to the B main event. Then it's Batista, Justin Z, John Bragman, Daniel Harrell, Lynn, Gallo, Streaker, Jessup, Streaker, Olsen, McGeethy, Griffiths, and Hannigan, a DNS for that C main event. As your B main gonna grid up now. And Matt, I believe it's Richie Preston. Yeah, Richie Preston here on a B main gonna lead us from the point. Billy Rowley to his outside. Darren Detweiler, Brad Lamberson, row 2. Doug Lockwood, Andrew May, row 3. Michael Sheridan, Stephen Hill, Josh Butler, Cody Terry, Casey Miller, and Kevin Kleck will be on row number 6. Now, row 7 we'll see, row 7 we'll see Carter Chevalier alongside Tyler Henselman. And then your 4 transfers from the C main: Moore, Heileman, Althoff, LaPointe. Matt taking the top 8 here, I believe.
Sir, top 8.
So top 8 to a feature. Who's it gonna be? These guys that were in the C main have more experience on this racetrack as it sits, but they got a long way to go here in 12 laps. Preston off of turn number 4. Green flag flies high in the air for your B main event here at Limaland.
And we have a little bit of contact back here, and I think we have a car upside down. Not sure if that's going to trigger. Yep, there it goes.
So the caution flag waves. See who Michael Sheridan, I believe, the trigger of the caution. We'll throw it in the TDTV replay and see what happens here with Michael Sheridan. Oh yeah, spun out on the bottom of the speedway. There's your race start down the bank straightaway. Sheridan to the inside. Oh, gets clipped. Just a little bit of contact there for Michael Sheridan, and around he goes, triggering the first caution here in tonight's B-main event. Going to be, I believe, 10 laps to go once we restart here. Richie Preston is currently your race leader. Rowley second, Detweiler third, Lamberson, Lockwood, May, Hill, and Miller currently round out the top 8 and going to the A main event. Well, we still got 10 laps to determine if that stands. As I believe out of turn number 4, going back. Green flag racing this time. Preston looks like he's going to get back on the loud pedal out of 4. We're back. Green flag racing here at Limaland. Mr. Matt Bridge, and these guys are all over each other like white on rice into turns 1 and 2.
You see him running 2-3 wide here a lot. Liking what I'm seeing on the track. David Heileman up to the 10th position right now, absolutely ripping the lip once again, looking for that transfer into the A feature tonight.
Well, he absolutely is, but right in front of him, some tough customers. There's Casey Miller, currently in the 8th spot, fighting with Stephen Hill, who's in 7th. Heileman back to the top shelf. They're in car number 45. Now Heileman into Kevin Click almost. David still in 10th, trying to get up. Stephen Hill currently riding in the 7th spot. Andrew May gets around him for 7th. May and Hill trading 7th and 8th back and forth like it's a game of hot potato. Heileman up to 9th right now. Back towards the front, Casey Miller. As caution flies, Casey Miller was up to 5th here, Matt. And Richie Preston, you didn't miss anything. He was dominating up front. Had a nice little lead over Billy Rowley. And caution will fly again here with 6 laps to go. Let's see if we can see who was at fault for that one. I want to say it was Brian Moore. He or Tyler Henselman at fault there. Not sure which one. But we do, in fact, have another caution here at Limaland in tonight's B main event as we set up for a huge 40-lap main event that will be very, very interesting to see if these guys can keep it clean and green, or if we have another night like we had last Tuesday.
Yeah, I think the Wall Monster stayed down at Volusia. I don't think we've been having any problems with him here in Limaland.
Well, I've always had an issue in racing whatever with that wall coming out of turn 4 here at Limaland. Most of these guys able to so far avoid that as we're back in green flag racing into turns 1 and 2. There's your battle for the lead. Rowley a good run in 2nd. Detweiler 3rd. Lamberson, and then we're going to look back towards the mid-pack here. There's Casey Miller currently up to the 4th spot, trying to get around Detweiler to 3rd. Miller, good run to the outside. Not enough to clear Double D. Back towards the mid-pack here, Matt. Your guy, David Heileman, currently in 9th. Got 4 laps, trying to make up one more spot as he looks to the inside of Andrew May. Kevin Click there. One tough customer on the inside in car number 18 now. Heileman back to the top shelf. Got to be 3 laps to go this time by keeping our cameras right here as Heileman's back to 9th. As now Kevin Click in the 10th spot. He's fallen back a little bit as Heileman to the top shelf. Currently scored in 8th live. He gets around Stephen Hill. And this could be all she wrote as Heileman trying to work his way into tonight's A main event. Looking back up front here for Richie Preston. White flag. 1 lap to go in tonight's B main event for car number 25. domination for 12 laps is going to put Richie Preston to the feature event. Roley looks like he'll be second. Detweiler third. Let's look at this battle for eighth. Officially, Matt, I believe it goes to the number 49 of David Heileman.
What a race.
Exactly,
What a
man.
race. The man's up 18 positions already, and the feature hasn't even started yet.
Hey, now. Up 8 positions there in tonight's B main event. So a great run so far for David Heileman tonight as we pull up your results for tonight's B main. Of course, winning it was Richie Preston in car number 25. Second was Billy Roley. Third was Darren Detweiler. Fourth was Casey Miller. Fifth was Brad Lamberson. Sixth was Doug Lockwood. Seventh was Andrew May. Eighth was David Heileman, your final transfer to the feature. Stephen Hill was ninth. Kevin Click was 10th. Ooh, unfortunate run for Kevin Click tonight. He's usually one of those really, really fast guys here with DOB. I'm looking forward to seeing him turn it around when we head to USA here in just a little bit. Tyler LaPointe was 11th. Michael Sheridan. Now, what is going on? Stay on the screen, please. There we go. Tyler Henselman, Josh Butler, Brian Moore, Matt Altoff, Cody Thierry, Carter Chevalier would round out the field there in your B main event. Now we line it up. Tonight's A main event here from the Limaland Motorsports Park in beautiful Lima, Ohio, with Matt David Schmiel Jr. on the point for this one. He's got 40 laps to hold off 23 other competitors. The first of those 23 will be Joshua Steinke to his outside. Row number 2, Pennsylvania native Braden Eiler in car number 6 here tonight. Ernie Williams Jr. will line up 4th. 5th starter will be Miles Jansen Jr. in car number 35. 6th will be Alex Trzynski. 7th will be Ryan Scheidt. 8th will be the Catfish, Chris Roberts. 9th starter, Joshua McKell in the 33. We saw him throw the massive 2-for-1 slider in the heat. Can he back it up here in the main event? Nathan Davis will start 10th. 11th will be Joshua Cotton. 12th will be one-time winner last week, Tyler Schell. Starting behind these guys, 13th starter will be Aaron Daffler. 14th, Larry Moody. 15th, Jonathan Lowe. 16th, Matthew Westfall. Then it'll be Richie Preston, Billy Roley, Darren Detweiler, Casey Miller, Brad Lamberson, Doug Lockwood, Andrew May, and Matt, your guy, David Heileman, rounding out the field here tonight at Limaland. So, hey, we are in for a heck of a show as we come off turn number 4. Green flag already in the air here, Matt Bridgen.
David Smiloff took up into the wall, and that allows the 80 to go around him. Joshua Steinke in the lead, and Braden Eiler runs second.
Yeah, Eiler, Schmiel third, Williams fourth. And Trzynski rounding up the top 5. There goes Miles Jansen Jr. Good run to the inside of the 91 car as they continue to battle here. Look at this, 4 or 5 wide at times throughout the field. These guys putting on a clinic here at Limaland so far. Some of the best racing we've seen out of DOB. Little bit of contact with the wall for some guys. You see Joshua Cotton a little loosey-goosey coming out of turn number 4. As he now has, I believe, David Heileman way up on the top shelf making some moves. And the caution flag flies here, man. Not exactly sure who it was, but the caution flag will wave on lap number 6.
Yeah, we saw probably about 4 or 5 rows of 2-3 wide race, and that's
Hey,
the
no,
kind of race you want to
3-4 wide racing, Matt.
3-4 wide. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of racing that's entertaining and fun to watch. It allows for good fun racing. I'm sure those guys out there are having a blast. Unfortunate to see the caution come out, but hopefully we'll have this same kind of the start we had last time.
Hey, man, I've said it time and time again. Real life or simulator racing is a blast to watch no matter what. And this race been fun so far as Joshua Steinke was able to get around Jansen and Smeal. off the jump. He's currently your leader here at Limaland. Matt, what do we got here? One to go to green, possibly. Lights look like they're out on the iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck as we head down the back stretch here at Limaland. A lot of good-looking race cars with a little bit of damage so far. The wall's been reaching out, grabbing a couple people, but nothing to write home about as green flag flies on turn number 4. Steinke leads us back to it. Good restart for him, but Eiler's right on his tail, Matt.
Miles Jansen is the first car to go try to bottom right here. Like he's making up just a little bit of ground. Riding around on the bottom.
Yeah.
Braden Eiler following very close, and he throws the slide job going into 1 and 2, I believe.
Well, not quite a slide job is Eiler held out and he stayed to the bottom. Steinke maintains a lead, and I believe caution thrown once again here, Matt.
Not sure if he, well, obviously he was involved, but Strzezinski sitting, I think that's who that is. Yeah, Strzezinski sitting up top. I think he chose to take it to the pits there.
I believe Strzezinski gets tangled up with Tyler Schell. Let's actually have a look and see if we can figure out exactly what happened here. There you see Alex Strzezinski sitting in the pits as we continue to rewind. Oh, yeah. Strzezinski was in the mid-pack, down the front straightaway, contact with one car, then into Tyler Schell. I believe Chris Roberts, Joshua Paquel gets a piece of it. You saw Roberts on the inside, Schell hard into the wall. Strzezinski catches the brunt of it as well. Both drivers, I believe, into the pits here on lap number 8 as we come back to a green flag already, Matt. And good jump there for Joshua Steinke, your leader, but Eiler still close second. And it's Miles Jansen Jr., Ernie Williams, Ryan Scheit rounding out the top 5. Back to green flag racing action here at Limaland.
Just as soon as Brandon Eiler was going to throw the slide job, another caution comes out.
Yeah, Braden loaded one up and sent the shot into turns number 1 and 2 as caution flag waves once again. This one, let's see here. This one for Casey Miller in car number 05. As Miller still on the speedway, so must not be too much damage to the 05 car. So still, Joshua Steinke back to the point here over the 6 of Braden Eiler. I used to call him the number 5 car, as that's what he's driven up to now. Got to figure out if the 6 is a tribute scheme, what's going on there for Braden Eiler. As we go into 3 and 4 here, going to be another restart here at the Limaland Speedway. Off of turn number 4, back to green flag racing for the DOB 360 Sprints. And Eiler and Steinke pick up right where they left off here, Matt. Whoa! Never mind.
Not good. Not good. Oh, man.
Not good is an understatement. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what happened with Steinke. Throw it in the quarter speed. Oh, just lost it. Lost it off of turn number 2. Man, oh man, lost it. Oh boy, you hate to see it from the... that is the epitome of the old adage, from the penthouse to the outhouse. There for Joshua Steinke. Absolutely hate to see it, as that will most likely, unfortunately, put an end to that driver's night. I believe the contact there was with who, Matt? The 36 of Miles Jansen, I believe?
Yep. Puts Ernie Williams second.
Ernie Williams the second, and Ryan Scheit now to the 3rd spot there in car number 10. Smeal back and forth, and now the Catfish Chris Roberts to the 5th spot. as we head down the back straightaway here. I believe coming back to another restart with the DOB 360 Sprints round number 2, session 1 here at Limaland Speedway. And Braden Eiler going to pick up where he left off in the 410s on the loud pedal. Oh, into the wall goes Eiler. That's going to give Williams a chance if he can bank it right. And these two trying to stay right with each other. Braden Eiler all over the outside wall here at Limaland.
And Ernie Williams not too far behind him. Trying to rip the lip and catch back up to him.
Hey, Matt, your boy's hard charging right now.
Contact.
Your boy's hard charging. David Heileman up to the 10th spot. That's 14 plus right now for the 49.
And another impressive run.
Ooh.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him somewhere in the top 5 here soon.
Hey, if he's able to get to the top 5 after this, I will give him a cookie. 25 laps to go here at Limaland. Eiler, your leader. Good advantage right now over Ernie Williams Jr. Then it's Shite Roberts, your top 4, as Chris Roberts goes a little bit slow on the bottom, allows David Smeal to get around on the outside, but Roberts able to get a good run off the corner. That bottom's kind of working here at Limaland right now, Matt.
That looks like he was carrying a lot of speed coming out of there. At the point in time, people start searching, so maybe he found something. Now you see David Heileman going to try to follow along in that line.
Yeah, Heileman there, that red and black number 49 on the bottom. Outside it. Whoa, Larry Moody loose. Woo, that was a close one.
Straight, and we are still green. David Heileman up into that's the 9th position.
Man, that was a little too close for comfort there. Larry Moody on all kinds of sideways. Braden Eiler continues to lead in car number 6. Williams second. Then it's back to Shite. Smeal Roberts still battling. Chris still on the bottom. David Smeal finally able to work some momentum on the top shelf and get around Chris Roberts. Clears him off the corner. Right behind them, the 2-for-1 man himself, Joshua Piquel, currently rides in 6th. Heileman up to 9th. Now back to 10th as Darren Detweiler gets around him. Double D in the 3D trying to get back into the top 3 for the first time this season.
We have somewhat of a battle up front. Got Ernie Williams trying to stick his nose under Braden Eiler. Almost made a little bit of contact, but both drivers able to keep it off of each other.
Hey, here we go. Yeah, this is that point of the race where you're just kind of cutting off laps. 16 to go right now, coming across. Going to be 15 laps to go this time, but Ernie Williams Jr. knows in the back of his mind that Braden is such a good driver that if he doesn't capitalize now and try to make that run and get around him, that there may not be another shot. So Williams looking for that one opportunity to try and get around the Pennsylvania native here with now 14 laps remaining. Matt, as lap traffic looks like it might play a factor here at Limaland.
And as long as we stay green, it sure will. Oh, Ernie Williams hard into the wall. Loses a lot of ground, but again, coming up on lap traffic, maybe he'll be able to play it to his advantage.
Very possibly. If I were Braden Eiler here, I would take my time working up to these lap cars. If you just run your consistent laps, try to catch these lap cars, with 5-6 laps to go, very possibly could be just enough to not give Williams Jr. a chance here at Limaland. 11 laps to go this time as we work down the back straightaway. Shite still third. Look back and forth to David Smeal Jr. 5th is Chris Roberts, now battling with Joshua Piquel. Ooh, this is going to twist it up. Caution. Flag flies, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping to see, lap traffic, to see how Braden Eiler would have been able to navigate through the lap traffic, with Ernie Williams, right behind him.
Yeah, man, I was too, absolutely. So I'm trying to see exactly who this caution will be on. see if we can figure it out here. Maybe Jonathan Lowe, the 20 car? Not exactly sure, but all we do know is that there is another caution here for tonight's event at the Limaland Speedway. And Braden Eiler is currently your race leader there in car number 6. As I believe into turns 3 and 4. Yep, green flag going to come fly once again here, Matt. As we work 10 laps to go, Williams has a chance now. The field reset, restacked, repacked. 10 laps to go. Can Eiler hold him off? Or will Scheidt try to make a move for that second spot? Don't forget about Schmiel and Roberts. They continue to battle hard. Your guy, David Heilemann, up to 6th. Roll in the bottom. Trying to get around Joshua Paquel here, Matt. Now to the inside of Chris Roberts. This is getting good. 4th, 5th, and 6th all under a blanket right now.
David Heilemann absolutely rolling the bottom just now. He picked up 3 spots on that restart.
Right.
Now he's battling for the 5th position with Chris Roberts. This is a lot of good racing going on.
Hey, man, all over those infield tractor tires, but if that gets the job done, the job will get done. David Heilemann into the top 5, gets around Roberts, now slides up in front of him. And if I were a bet man, I say he goes to the top shelf. Yes, he does. David Heilemann into the top 5, trying to get some more here. 5 laps to go for that man, Braden Eiler. In car number 6, Williams Jr. still in 2nd. Then it's Scheidt, Schmiel, and Heilemann. Your top 5 is David Heilemann being... Whoa, we got one sideways. That was David Schmiel Jr. He's able to regather and recollect here, and he will continue marching forward. But now, Matt, I believe Heilemann's run into a problem. He's trying his best to get back down to the bottom, but Chris Roberts not going to let him do it. There he goes, Heilemann now back down to the bottom in car number 49.
And it seems that's where he's more comfortable at, as he's trying to now pass for the 4th position. Sticks his nose up under him a little bit there. The top just had a little more momentum coming off of the corner. Still nothing able to do in 1 and 2.
Well, as you say that, Matt, white flag is in the air. Eiler's taking it in the 6th machine. He's currently your race leader. Will go down the back straight before the final time, looking to win his first 360 race of the year. Braden Eiler will do it. The Pennsylvania native goes to victory lane here with DOB. Battle for 2nd. Whoa, good finish. Ernie Williams Jr. holds on to it. Ryan Scheidt 3rd. David Schmiel 4th. David Heilemann rounds out the top 5 here. Matt, what a 40-lap main event here at Limaland. Couldn't ask for anything better out of the DOB 360 sprint cars.
Yeah, and that was some impressive racing, and a lot better than what we saw at Volusia. In my opinion, a lot of 3-4 wide racing. They were able to keep it real clean. And I ain't gonna lie, I added it up. David Heilemann passed a total of 37 cars tonight from the C main to the feature. That's impressive.
Well, it sounds like Matt's got himself a new favorite driver. As, of course, David Heilemann, hard charger of the night so far here out of session number 1. Braden Eiler was your race winner. Ernie Williams Jr. 2nd. Ryan Scheidt 3rd. David Schmiel Jr. will finish 4th. David Heilemann, of course, 5th. Chris Roberts 6th. Joshua Paquel 7th. Aaron Daffler 8th. Billy Rowley 9th. Rounding out the top 10 was Andrew May. 11th was Darren Detweiler. 12th was Brad Lamberson. Believe 13th was Miles Jansen Jr. 14th was Richie Preston. 15th was Doug Lockwood. 16th was Jonathan Lowe. 17th was Matthew Westfall. 18th was Casey Miller. And then rounding out the field, 19th, Joshua Cotton. 20th, Larry Moody. 21st, Tyler Schell. 22nd, Joshua Steinke. 23rd, Nathan Davis. And your 24th finisher will be Alex Szerzynski here, Matt. But I believe now we got to have a couple of words with some drivers that had heck of a showing here tonight so far, as we have completed race number 1. And, of course, your race winner, sitting in the waiting room, the first to talk to us here tonight after a dominant performance here at Limaland to kick it off, Mr. Braden Eiler. Braden, looking good so far. Car absolutely on a rail here at Limaland, picking up right where you left off after that dominating 4-10 win on Thursday night.
Yeah, qualifying we didn't do so good at. I didn't have any practice laps, so that was basically my find out and figure it out type of deal. And then heat race worked out with me being on the front row from the invert, and I just took the win there. And I was getting a little worried there because the setup had a weird slip to it. I think you guys saw it when Josh did it. It just randomly get loose, and it was really odd because the car, it didn't have any drive and it didn't have any gear in it either, so it was just kind of like buh, and you couldn't really make a whole lot of other lines work.
Well, hey, you made it work just enough there, but tell me about this race because there was an interesting point there before we had that final caution. Lap traffic was 100% about to become a factor there. Did that worry you at all, or did you have that confidence knowing that you would be able to maneuver it, even though guys in front of you, they're 2 and 3 wide all over the place?
Yeah, usually it doesn't, but the first taste I had of it, the cars in front of me were 3 wide, so I, was kind of in a situation where I didn't think I was gonna be able to pass anybody unless somebody finally let up and I was able to get through. But that yellow kind of saved me there. But I was a little worried about that, but usually I can make my way through traffic pretty comfortably.
Well, hey, and luckily for you, didn't even have to do it there, and you collect your first 360 win of the season. Next up, we head to USA, drastically different place. What are we expecting out of this one? I've heard the setup's dialed in there, so how's the confidence looking as we head to a big half mile?
I have not seen the setup there. I don't know if they gave it out or not. But I'm usually fairly good at USA, so that's one of my stronger tracks usually. So we'll see what happens here in this next one.
Absolutely, Braden. As always, before we let you go here, get ready for our next race. Shout out the sponsors. Let everybody know who got you to victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, just I appreciate Chris for putting on the league and forming to the build that we have to currently deal with at the moment, and making it enjoyable for everybody. I gotta thank everybody that was up some sport, Wicked Brands, Flow Racing, Jessup Logistics, BS Airlines, everybody else that supports the team, and thank you guys for taking time at the broadcast.
Thank you, sir, for the shout out there, Braden. Once again, congratulations on your first win here at Limaland. Hey, we'll see if you can back it up. USA coming up next year on TDTV.
Yes, sir. We'll see it.
So, of course, that was Braden Eiler. Coming up next year, second place finisher. Second place finish in 2 weeks here. Remember, he started out the season with a second place at Volusia, backing it up here. Another podium for the driver of the 91, Mr. Ernie Williams Jr. And Ernie, oh my gosh, my heart broke for you right there towards the end. We're about to work into lap traffic. Looks like a perfect opportunity. And boom goes the dynamite. Caution waves, man. But other than that, great race for the 91 crew.
Yeah. I pressured him a little bit before that just to see if I could pass him. I noticed I couldn't, or it would take really some crazy move the way the track was, it was pretty much, he's running the same line tracks pretty much, at that point we're both on the cushion. And I was just hoping we could get there and, maybe get him checked up where I could run his slider and get him. But, man, I was thinking that was our chance. Like I said, you know how it is. You watch anybody watches him broadcast know Eiler's a good driver. So I know it's going to be hard to get around him from the giddy up because he started beside me and he got to the cushion early and just happened to 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 got in each other and left us 1-2. And we just pretty much ran the cushion from there. And I tried a little too hard there at the end. It got a little damage on my car and just couldn't really get to him anymore.
Well, hey, two podiums so far on the 360 season. Still setting you up nice points wise, but we take a big transition. Smaller track here, little bull ring type here at Limaland. We're heading to a half mile. Throw everything out the window. Next server coming up, USA International Speedway. What's kind of your mindset as we head to a much bigger and tighter racing facility?
Well, I'm originally from Lima, so I put a lot of laps out here at Limaland. So I'm always expect myself to do good here. As far as USA now, it's a lot different. I don't have a lot of laps over there, and I don't know what the expectation is. Hopefully, we can qualify good, and that'll set us up for the night. But if we get a bad qualify and get buried in the third or fourth row of the heat, we'll have our hands full, man. It's a track that it's another, even though it don't really look technical, it's another technical track. You can run on the wall. It's got a big, nice bump out of four. So you have to be prepared for everything, and hopefully we'll qualify good and we get to talk to you here in maybe another hour or so, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so. But before we let you go here, get ready for that next race. Shout out those sponsors. Who's getting you back on the podium here tonight with us?
Absolutely, Tim Nichols with Tim Dirt Track Similar. He's a big help with us. Tim Ross Carenta with Velocity Race Designs. He takes care of all our paints, man. Does a nice job. Zach Rounds with Rounds Wraps and Tint, and Nate Davis, owner operator, Totally Tinted. He's a big team member. Started everything with us, man. He's a big help to us. Keeps us all in check. And Black Diamond Motorsports, man. I think Ryan took third, so we'll take two of the three. Congratulations to Eiler. Congratulations to Ryan for his third, and thank the fans for everybody watching. And hopefully we can put on a good show, and they'll be back for us on the next broadcast, man. But you guys have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's Ernie out real quick. And while the second server's launching, we'll have a really quick word with third place finisher out of server number 1, Mr. Ryan Scheit. Ryan, it's Ryan. It's also Ryan up in the TTV Tower. You got a copy on me, buddy?
Absolutely, Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Good run here. Interesting feature as you and David battled for a good portion of it. Man, tell us about it. You found yourself picking up 4 spots in the feature, so had to get up on that wheel a little bit to pull home a podium finish.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to move forward, man. This track was just so slicked off, and everybody runs the top, and you have to expect that some people just kind of every now and then, every 3 or 4 laps, they'll kind of mess up, and you can hope that you can hit it right on the bottom to be able to at least pull side by side and pull a slider, or just clear them and move up by the wall and take their line. So you had to be really patient with that race. I don't even know if I went over 30-40% throttle, and just kind of wherever I finish and wait for people to mess up. A couple did.
Oh, hey, yeah, a couple did. You were able to capitalize there, up 4 spots to a podium. So Chris is getting that second server up right now. So Ryan, we'll let you run to that. But first, shout out those sponsors. Who got you on the podium here in session number 1?
Absolutely, all the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Nichols at Tim Sims, Ross at Velocity Designs, Nate at Totally Tinted, Zach at Rounds, Wraps, and Tints, and Brett at UDTV. I'd like to thank Chris for putting this hectic season on, and you all for broadcasting.
No problem whatsoever. Once again, congratulations, Ryan. We look forward to, hey, hopefully talking to you again here in about an hour. And session number 2's coming right at you.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, of course, that was your top 3 from session number 1 here at the beautiful Limaland Speedway in Lima, Ohio. Winner was Braden Eiler in car number 6. Ernie Williams Jr. was 2nd. Ryan Scheit was 3rd. David Smeal Jr. was 4th. And David Heileman rounded out the top 5. So, could we possibly see those same guys be contenders for this next race? Will somebody else emerge? Find out after this short break. It's session number 2 coming at you whenever we come back here on TDTV. And just like that, race fans, we're right back with you. This time at the USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida, for round number 2, session number 2 of the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprint Car season number 17. A quick reminder, tonight's broadcast of the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprint Cars is brought to you in part by Design Metal Art, JZ Photography by Tim Sims. That's Tim's Sims. He's powered by iRacing. Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Brands, Forrest Weggy, the I-55 lawyer in Missouri, and also Power Clean, amongst other sponsors. And also TDTV is brought to you every single night by the fine folks over at Talking Dirt, which happens to be me as well, at the Talking Dirt podcast every Thursday or Friday, whenever we decide to record it. Wherever you find your favorite podcast, should be out on Thursday this week for the Talking Dirt podcast with myself, Matt Bridgen, and a surprise special guest. We'll let you guys know who that is on Thursday morning. So far here at USA, a couple of cars have taken times. As we will reload this. A couple of cars taking time so far. There's a few on the speedway now. There's Daniel Harrell, Greg Parmalee. Oh Lord, lost him. Greg Parmalee, Kevin Click on the speedway, Nicholas McGeethy, Stephen Hill on the speedway, as well as Daniel Zegers. Harl Streaker out there as well here as they work the half mile here at Lakeland, Florida's USA International Speedway. So Darren Dentweiler currently the fastest car. Richie Preston second quick. It's Griffiths third. Chris Roberts fourth. And I believe that'll be Billy Rowley rounding out the top 5 right now. Here's a good look at the cars on the speedway. Parmalee, McGeethy, these guys continuing and now finishing their hot lap session. Stricker 22nd, Click 20th, Zegers 19th, Hill 17th, Brian Moore 13th quick. Up over 40 cars signed in once again for tonight's action. This time from the USA International Raceway, Mason Hannigan making a return. See who else is in and on the speedway here. Couple others. Mason Hannigan now on the speedway in the 1 machine. Andrew May out there in the number 34. Ernie Williams Jr. in the number 91. Josh Butler there in car number 31. Alex Rzinski in 29. Tyler LaPointe in 23. Tyler Shell back in car number 85. Justin Zapotsky. Let's see, I'm going to try this one. Zapotansky, maybe? Zapotansky? I want to talk to him and figure it out before next weekend. Is there you see that 3 machine on a rail here. Mason Hannigan goes 10th quick in car number 1. Tyler Shell in car 85, currently 12th. Alex Szerzynski currently 13th. So I believe that will pull an end to this session of hot laps. Oh, there's a good look at top down for Justin Z. There's another session about to come out here. Braden Eiler currently on the speedway in car number 6. Adam Buchanan out there in the 44. Brad Lamberson in the 27. Richie McLeod. We got an Aussie in the house. Richie McLeod will be in the 014. Matthew Westfall will be in car number 54. Miles Jansen Jr. back with us here. Mark Jessup will be in car number 14 once again, as there you see defending race winner Braden Eiler in the 6 car. Man, oh man, feel the thunder as these cars absolutely ripping it down the straightaway here. That was Braden Eiler. Brad Lamberson's quick in the 27. He goes 15th overall. Eiler goes 17th overall. Jansen goes 23rd. Buchanan goes 24th. Westfall goes 25th. McLeod goes 31st. 40 cars signed in again here. A couple guys haven't taken time so far. It'll be Alex Robinson, Ryan Scheit, and Michael Sheridan with no times as we sit. I believe time about to expire on tonight's practice session for session number 2. So far, points going to be shaken up just a bit here with the 360s as Mason Hannigan picks up a big win here in session number 1. Not sure how far up that's going to put him, but Mason Hannigan obviously going to be a challenger as the year moves on. And I believe that'll be the checkered flag on practice. And we will restack them and reset them as we get ready to let them loose for a little bit of qualifying action. A bunch of guys on the speedway already. There you see Carter Chevalier in car number 15. Going to be one of the first out. Dustin Griffiths in car number 9. Nicholas McGeethy in 73. Brian Moore comes out in 558. Let's see who's working lap number 1 here. Michael Sheridan down the back straightaway. Looks like he's coming to a green flag. Yes, he is. Big, long straightaways. You see Sheridan up on the top shelf. This place reminds me a lot of Lancaster Motor Speedway. A little less banking, but still reminds me a good bit of Lancaster back home. Richie Preston, Darren Detweiler currently up front. It's Preston here working lap number 2. McGeethy now to the top spot. Lamberson takes it away. They're trading it back and forth. Braden Eiler pretty quick so far. 5th for Braden Eiler. As Lamberson working lap 2. Down to the bottom goes Lamberson. I believe makes contact there. That might be bad news bears for Brad Lamberson. On lap number 2 is Dustin Griffiths, currently the fastest car on the speedway. Here's a look at Tyler Schell. Goes 4th quick. Whoa, Richie McLeod, where did he come from? The Aussie to the point. Pole time. Quick time for Richie McLeod on lap number 1. Here comes lap 2 for the Aussie out of turn number 4. McLeod. Not quite as good. 18.13 will clock him in on the point right now. Alex Szerzynski, he finishes qualifying. He is currently 6th quick. Ryan Scheit, final lap puts him in the 5th spot. Look on for Daniel Zegers, who finishes up 18th. And I believe that leaves us one man without taking a time. Alex Robinson in car number 5. And that will put an end to our qualifying efforts here tonight. So we'll pull up our grid for heat race number 1. Larry Moody, due to the invert, he'll be on the point. The 51-year-old, I believe he told me last week, will start on the point. Billy Rowley to the outside. Row number 2 will be Alex Szerzynski and Richie McLeod. After McLeod turns the fastest time in qualifying. Roberts will start 5th. Daniel Harrell will start 6th. It'll be Michael Sheridan 7th. And Shane Gallo rounding out the field here in heat race number 1 from the half mile at USA International Speedway, live on Talkin' Dirt TV. There you have a good look at your field here as they trail the pace car. Lights out on the pace vehicle. So we work into 3 and 4. See what this start looks like. Larry Moody gonna lead us to it. Young man out of St. Louis, Missouri. They're in car number 73. Looking good so far. Got Billy Rowley to the outside in number 79. And on the loud pedal goes the 73. And we're green flag racing here at USA. Down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Good jump for Larry Moody. Wow, what a jump for Larry Moody. As he's got a heck of an advantage here as they head down the back straightaway. 0.48 seconds for Larry Moody. Big racetrack here for these guys to kind of work around each other. Szerzynski to third, McLeod to fourth. That's your final transfer spot. Richie McLeod right where he started right now, but out front, it's all Larry Moody. Good run so far for the St. Louis, Missouri native. As Moody down the backstretch. You're looking at Szerzynski right now. He's third. Up in front of him is Rowley, who's catching Moody. Just 0.3 of a second between first and second right now. One lap until halfway. Actually, we're at halfway now. 5 laps to go as Richie McLeod works on Alex Szerzynski. Harrell, Sheridan, Roberts, Gallo, the 8 cars, everybody single file. Unlike anything we've seen so far this season, DOB a single file here with 4 laps to go in a heat race. Action picking back up here as Richie McLeod's dropped out of the top 4. Michael Sheridan's taking it for now. So we head off down into 1 and 2. McLeod needs to make a move. 2 laps to go. Good run down the back straightaway for the Aussie. Pulls to the backside of the 15 car. Might try something on the top shelf here. Going to gather some momentum down the front straightaway. Here we go. White flag. 1 lap remains for heat race number 1. What will that 14 do to try and capture that 4th and final transfer spot from Michael Sheridan in 15. Sheridan up against the outside wall. Here comes the Hail Mary for McLeod. He goes back to the top shelf. Off of turn number 4, battle for the lead has changed hands. Billy Rowley will win it. Where did that come from? And I believe at the line, Sheridan holds off McLeod by about 7/100ths of a second in heat race number 1. What a finish. I believe it ends up being an 8-lap heat race. Doesn't get any better than that for heat race number 1. Show you how they finished really quickly as Rowley takes the win over Moody, Szerzynski, Sheridan. Your top 4 going to the feature. Then it's McLeod, Roberts, Harrell, and Gallo all going to C and B main events. Up next, heat race number 2. 8 cars in this one. Andrew May going to be on the point. Braden Eiler playing the invert game here. He'll be outside row number 1. Richie Preston, Dustin Griffiths on row number 2. Mark Jessup and Justin Zapatansky on row number 3. And Matthew Westfall alongside David Smeal Jr. will round out this field here for heat race number 2 as you see him pull away from the start zone here at USA International Speedway. A big half-mile contrast to what we've seen all season long with these DOB 360 sprint cars. Been on small tracks. Well, they did go to the half mile at Knoxville to start the season. Actually 2 half miles last week, excuse me, Knoxville and Volusia. But this place drastically different than either one of those. As we see the field head down the back straightaway, you see just how long these straightaways are from this shot. These straightaways absolutely killer. Like I said, remind me a lot of Lancaster back home. But those turns a lot less banked, which could mean for some good racing as we head forward here. In this one, pace truck dips down off of turn number 4, and we're going to go green flag racing out of turn number 4. Andrew May on the loud pedal and clears Braden Eiler as we head off into turns 1 and 2 here for heat race number 2. Good look at him here. Braden Eiler to the bottom. 3rd, Dustin Griffiths. He was up into the wall. He's into the wall again as we head down the back straightaway. Big move out of Eiler. Goes down low. Nothing working. Andrew May holds him off. Now a challenge for Dustin Griffiths to the outside. Eiler's got to do something drastic. He does. Slide job from Braden Eiler. Back down the bottom goes Andrew May. May going to cross him back over. Griffiths going to try the same as they head off into turns 3 and 4. There goes Griffiths. This is the race we were wanting, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew May down to the bottom. Braden Eiler tries it as well. What's going to happen in turns 1 and 2? Griffiths holds his line. May a slide job. Griffiths back to the bottom. Here comes Eiler. This is what we tuned in to see, race fans watching at home. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. Eiler back to second. Griffiths, sure leader. Here comes that 31 back down to the bottom. Oh, yeah, don't forget about the fourth and final transfer spot as here come both of those guys into the mix. 31 of May tried to throw a slider. Haymaker into Griffiths. Griffiths holds the lead. Eiler into turns 3 and 4. Slide job for Braden Eiler. Griffiths crosses him over once again. Down the front straight. Away we go. That battle for fourth's getting heavy. Preston now to third. May back to fourth in car number 31. Man, oh man, what a race. 4 laps to go here. Braden Eiler with a .2 advantage. They're side by side, neck and neck, and it turns 3 and 4. Slide job for Braden Eiler. Crossover again for Dustin Griffiths. Back down to the bottom. Has a great run as we head off into 1 and 2. Eiler, what's he got loaded up now? Slide job from Eiler. Caution flag. Caution flag here in heat race number 2. Looks like Mark Jessup. As there you see him in pit road. Mark Jessup the cause of the caution here. See if we can find out what happened with Mark Jessup. Whoa, that didn't look good. Let's see here. Mark Jessup down the front straightaway in the 14 car. Into the wall, looking like Jason Hodge. Well, that's an inside joke. If anybody gets that, let me know. Up over once and just barrel rolling down the front straightaway was Mark Jessup. Up and over, like the long way too, not even sideways. Wow, what a barrel roll for Mark Jessup. You see the end of his heat racing night here with 3 laps to go. And what a battle in heat race number 2. Matt had to dip out to go to bed to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he is missing an absolute barn burner of a show here at USA so far for the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprints Season 17, round number 2. Well, race fans, who's our money on here? We've seen the lead change hands quite a few times in this heat race. Corner for corner, Griffiths and Eiler are going back and forth as the lights are still on the pace truck here. So it looks like we won't get one to go to green until this time. But like I was saying, Griffiths and Eiler trading that lead back and forth. Preston now into the mix in car 25. This is more of what I was looking for when I saw USA on the schedule. You know, heat race number 1 was kind of single file. Looked like everybody was lining up for the lunch lady to give them some of that big meat surprise in the cafeteria in high school. But these guys here in heat race number 2, they're absolutely throwing haymakers back and forth, left and right here, and we're seeing it with Griffiths and Eiler up front. Richie Preston looking good right there in third. Andrew May has had some tough luck here in the heat race. He's fallen all the way back to the 4th spot. Still, though, in a transfer, but has David Smeal Jr., who was really, really good at Limaland, right in his back pocket, trying to make it around to the front side. So Dustin Griffiths, Braden Eiler going to lead us back to a green flag off of turn number 4 as the pace truck dips down off turn number 4. And here we go once again. Green flag going to fly at USA, and we're back underway. Good look at Griffiths and Eiler. Eiler, not the run that he was looking for. As we head down the back stretch, he's going to have one more opportunity to make something happen. Griffiths off into 1 and 2, doing a good job so far of escaping Braden Eiler. As Eiler up into the loose stuff. Preston now looks to the inside. Will we see a slider for second? Richie Preston to the bottom. Oh my goodness. Braden Eiler to the bottom as well. Justin Griffiths is going to hold him off. He will win it. Eiler second. Preston third. And saving himself by a hair. 0.3 of a second over Smeal. Oh boy, what a finish there for heat race number 2. Like I said, it was only 0.3 of a second between May and Smeal. May holds on to it. Or excuse me, 3/100ths of a second, not even tenths. He was that close, race fans. Justin Z comes home 6th, Matthew Westfall 7th, and Mark Jessup rounds out the 8 cars here in your heat race number 2. So heat race number 3 to the grid now. They will line up as follows. Daniel Zegers will roll us off from the point. Tyler LaPointe second. Mason Hannigan, Kevin Click on row 2. Christopher Lynn and Harl Streaker on row 3. And then Brian Moore, Greg Parmalee on row number 4. Race fans, place your bets. Who's it gonna be? Watching the live stream here live on youtube.com/TDTV. Who's this one gonna be? Daniel Zegers, Tyler LaPointe, row 1. Kevin Click and Mason Hannigan on row number 2. We saw Hannigan really quick earlier in the 360s before some contact took him out of the heat race. And he looks to rebound in a big way here at USA. Or will it be one of those guys on row number 3? Those guys are quick too. Harl Streaker and Christopher Lynn have shown flashes of speed here with DOB 360s. As off of turn number 4, we're going green flag racing. Zegers on the loud pedal early here. 8-lap heat races, top 4 to the main event. Look at that race. Oh my gosh, just poetry in motion in corner 1 for Mason Hannigan. Gets a shot from LaPointe. LaPointe now to the bottom. Slide job, tries it. Almost puts Hannigan in the wall. Hannigan able to stay off of it and recollects position number 2 and now looks to throw the slider on Daniel Zegers. Down the back straightaway they go. Hannigan trying to poke the nose in, shows the nose to him, but not going to affect the 8 car so far. Hannigan on the bottom thinks there's enough momentum down there to make it work, but your race leader is Daniel Zegers in car number 8. Tyler LaPointe still third. Kevin Click holds down that final transfer spot. But here comes Christopher Lynn as Click starts to challenge for the 3rd spot. What a run down the back straightaway for car 25. LaPointe all the way to the bottom in the 23. Now he's going to try the slider line in turns 1 and 2. Just about gets into Mason Hannigan. Hannigan might need to go down to the bottom here. Those guys are making it work down there. Cooking with some elbow grease. As Kevin Click now back to the bottom. Slide job. Whoa! Uh-oh. Christopher Lynn will bring out caution here. 4 laps into this 8-lap heat race. The JZ Photography number 48 comes to a close. Or comes to a stop here. And it will possibly close out his heat race night. See how much damage is on the 48 car. That was just a case of too little room on the speedway. Contact with he, and I believe that was Kevin Click, brings out a caution here with 4 laps to go in heat race number 1. So just to recap here, Daniel Zegers is your current race leader. Mason Hannigan 2nd. Tyler LaPointe will be scored 3rd. Kevin Click scored 4th. It's Brian Moore. Harl Streaker still within striking distance nonetheless of getting into tonight's feature. Greg Parmalee back there in the 4 car. And now Christopher Lynn, who is within challenging distance, is back in that 8th spot for this restart. Unfortunately for him, but fortunately for this driver, Daniel Zegers, looks like we are going to restart this one out of turn number 4. See what this restart looks like here for Zegers. See if we can see him fire. There he goes. Daniel Zegers on the lap pedal. Watch him come down the back front straightaway. And off into turns 1 and 2. Good looking field of race cars here at USA International. Kevin Click still 4th, but that was a man that's currently in the 5th spot. It's Brian Moore Sr. Needs one more spot to lock himself into tonight's main event. 3 laps to go, and we got a battle for the race lead. Hannigan, slide job. Zegers back to the bottom, crossover, move down the back straightaway. Clears them entirely halfway down the straightaway. Zegers back to the top. Hannigan, that might have been your one shot, kid, as now he has to pull down low as he got a bit of a run in the middle of 3 and 4. 2 laps remaining here at USA Heat Race number 3. Hannigan got me into this one. Let's see if Mason loads up another shot. as they head down the back straightaway, looking to the inside, peeking, makes the move. Slide job from Hannigan. He'll go to the point for the time being. Oh, Kevin Click around. Kevin Click around, and caution for the number 25 as he was running in a top 4 spot. Let's see if we can see what happened here as Kevin Click got into turns 3 and 4. And, into the 8 car of Daniel Zegers, who was trying to load up a retaliation slide job for Mason Hannigan. As Zegers went to the low side. And yeah, Kevin Click, he was throwing, that is very, very unfortunate. Kevin Click in the midst of throwing a slide job on Tyler LaPointe. And he ends up into the 8 machine of Daniel Zegers. As I'm guessing here, Zegers might be getting the race lead back, as we possibly didn't complete a lap before the pass was official. So it'll again be Zegers, Hannigan, LaPointe, Streaker, your top 4 now. So yeah, interestingly enough, Harl Streaker looks like he may work his way into a transfer spot here. I believe it's going to be 2 laps to go, green, white, checkered. Restart for the DOB 360 sprints here at the USA International Speedway. Good looking crowd on hand in the sim world as well. As we come off of turn number 4, that iRacing pace truck lights are out, so it'll dip off of turn number 4. And green flag going to wave once again here for heat race number 3. Going to be green, white, checkered. Hannigan got another shot at it if he can get that same run off the top. LaPointe looks good there in 3rd. Streaker looks good in 4th right now with the 82 car as he holds off Brian Moore Sr. Let's see what happens with Kevin Click here. He's on the move. So is Christopher Lynn. Lynn out of the 5th spot, and he'll challenge for 4th. 1 lap to go. Up front, though, there's a slide job out of Daniel Zegers as Mason Hannigan had taken the lead. Now Hannigan gets around him down the back straightaway. That might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Hannigan able to get around Zegers on the white flag lap. He'll win it here. Let's look at the battle for 4th as Harl Streaker with some problems gives it to Christopher Lynn. Click comes all the way back to finish 5th. Moore 6th. And the rest of the field following them, as we'll show you once and for all. So Hannigan wins, Zegers 2nd, LaPointe 3rd. Lynn picks up the final transfer spot. And then it was Kevin Click, Brian Moore, Harl Streaker, and Greg Parmalee rounding out the field here for heat race number 3. Coming up next, heat race number 4. With Ernie Williams Jr. on the point, Nicholas McGeethy to his outside, Darren Detweiler and Tyler Schell on row number 2, Joshua Piquel, Doug Lockwood on row 3, Jonathan Lowe and Josh Butler on row number 4. As we're about ready to send them off here for this 4th and final heat race of the night. Looks like lights out, coming to a green flag off of turn number 4. Here we go for your 4th and final heat race. Williams McGeethy straight to a battle. Here comes Detweiler to the inside. Whoa, contact. McGeethy, Shell to the inside there in 85. Picking up where the last heat race left off. Tyler Shell looks to the inside now of Ernie Williams Jr., who itched into the wall. He got right into the wall in turns 3 and 4. Now Williams retains the lead on lap number 1. Shell to the inside. Looking to make the pass. There goes Tyler Schell in car number 85. To his inside once again sneaks that 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Williams not going to have at it here. Schell to the bottom trying to stretch out an advantage, but Williams It's reeling and back in here down the front straightaway as we head off into turns 1 and 2. Shell first. Williams Jr. second. Detweiler on the bottom trying to make a move here. Not able to get around McGeethy, though. Nicholas herds down that third spot. See how far it is back to Joshua Piquel. Ripping there on the top is the 33 car. Trying to make another feature here tonight as Ernie Williams Jr. going the wrong direction. -3 so far as he's back in that fourth and final transfer spot. Trying to hold off Joshua Piquel in car number 33. And up front, Tyler Shell is making quick work of this heat race. Halfway down, halfway to go this time. So it's Shell, McGeethy, Detweiler, Williams still your top 4 with 4 laps to go. As here comes that number 85 off turn number 4 here. Oh, 73 on the wall. McGeethy, Heartbreak Hotel for Nicholas McGeethy as he will now be out of that top 4 back to 5th. Check in 1 for the Heartbreak Hotel as that might force him into a B main here tonight. Hate to see it. The big advantage taker there, though, is Darren Detweiler. Now Detweiler does the exact same thing and spins it out with 2 to go. Whoa! Man, oh man, the crowd of cars. Lucky that no contact is made with Darren Detweiler as he will get off the speedway and set us up for another green-white checkered finish here in heat race number 4. Shell waiting there on the pace truck to come around and pick him up. There you see Ernie Williams Jr. Joshua Piquel, big pickups here, up 2 spots, currently into 3rd. Nicholas McGeethy able to work his way back into the top 4. He's currently 4th. Jonathan Lowe 5th. Doug Lockwood and Josh Butler round out the field still on the track. Tough break for Double D, Darren Detweiler. In the top 4 into 2nd, and yeah, man, when he jumped that cushion, all heck tends to break loose, and it absolutely did for Darren Detweiler here at the USA International Speedway. So this kind of makes me wonder how much of that, 2 wide, 3 wide racer we're going to see here at USA all night long, because most of these guys seem to be pretty single file around the top unless somebody's able to gather a huge run. And we really haven't seen it so far in this heat race, as Tyler Shell has kind of taken it the point and dominated from there. We didn't see it at all in heat race number 1, pretty single file. But heat race 2 and 3 were absolutely spectacular races for 1st through 4th. We'll see how this one ends up with Tyler Shell coming back to a green flag, I believe, out of turn number 4 here. So there goes your iRacing pace truck into the infield. Shell on the loud pedal. Williams Jr. right behind him. Back to green flag racing. Green and white checker style here at USA. Williams to the inside. Piquel 3rd. McGeethy 4th. But here comes the challenge from Jonathan Lowe. Jonathan Lowe, good number 20 there. As he goes to the top shelf. Inside goes Doug Lockwood. Slide job. Whoa. Piquel sideways. What's going to happen here is the white flag is waved. Will we get a restack or not? I do not believe so, as Tyler Shell leads us down the backstretch. Williams 2nd. That puts Doug Lockwood in 3rd and Jonathan Lowe in 4th. Man, oh man, what a twist of events here, is Tyler Shell's going to win it, but Heartbreak Hotel for Joshua Piquel. So it's Shell, Williams, Lockwood, Lowe locking into the main event. Detweiler, McGeethy, Butler, and Piquel. Man, that is unfortunate for Joshua, who was running, had made his way into the top 4. And contact with a car late. Sees him on the outside looking in. I take back all my words, apparently. Looks like we do have one more heat race. So 5, I'm assuming. It's Miles Jansen Jr., Stephen Hill, Brad Lamberson, Ryan Scheit, Carter Chevalier, Adam Buchanan, Cody Terry, and Alex Robinson for this final heat race. Excuse me, I was wrong. More cars here than there were at Limaland just a while ago. That's pretty darn cool if you ask me. More guys coming out for USA International tonight than Limaland. Good to see it with the series. So now we work heat race number 5. Again, this heat race, Miles Jansen Jr., Stephen Hill, Brad Lamberson, Ryan Scheit, your top 4. Chevalier, Buchanan, and Terry will round out the field. Alex Robinson not making a start here tonight. So we'll see how the cookie crumbles off of turn number 4 as we're coming green flag racing for your 5th and final heat race of the night. Green flag in the air. Good looking start there for Jansen. Out to a good lead. Now Scheit to 2nd. 3rd is Hill. 4th is Lamberson. So give laps 1 and 2 to Miles Jansen. Scheit 2nd. Now Stephen Hill making a challenge for 3rd. Lamberson on the top. This track starting to widen out here as we continue to work it in. So Hill in 4th. Cody Terry in 5th. Adam Buchanan. I believe Carter Chevalier out of this one already. Carter Chevalier out of this one already. Let's focus in on race leader Miles Jansen right behind him. Scheit, Hill, and Lamberson still battle here for position 3 and 4. And now Scheit and Lamberson going at it for position number 2 as Lamberson gets around him. Jansen out by a comfortable margin here, 0.3 of a second over Brad Lamberson. Ryan Scheit, 4 laps remain. Make it 3 this time by as we work off of turn number 4 here at USA International. Lamberson with his best lap of the race last time by. As he inched closer and closer and closer to the backside of Miles Jansen. Currently still in 2nd for Brad Lamberson. Scheit looking good in the 10 car. Stephen Hill not really hands full yet as Cody Terry still a ways back. Back by about, a second and a half to your leader. As now the battle for the lead picks up on the final lap. White flags waved. 27 to the bottom. That's Brad Lamberson. Jansen not able to make a run back to the inside as we head down the back road for the very final time here in heat race number 5. 27 on the loud pedal out of turn number 4. And Brad Lamberson will win it. Heat race number 5. Jansen 2nd. Scheit 3rd. Hill 4th. Terry 5th. Buchanan rounds out the field of cars on the Speedway. I believe up next coming will be your C main event. And here we go with your C main lineup. Richie McLeod will be alongside David Smeal Jr. on row number 1. Kevin Click, Darren Detweiler, row 2. Cody Terry alongside Chris Roberts, row number 4. Justin Z alongside Brian Moore, row number... Or actually, it was Cody and Chris on row 3. Row 4 was Justin and Brian. Row number 5 will be Nicholas McGeethy and Adam Buchanan. Row number 6, Daniel Harrell, Matthew Westfall. And continuing to go on back, you have Harl Straker, Josh Butler, Carter Chevalier, Shane Gallo, Mark Jessup, Greg Parmalee, Joshua Piquel, and Alex Robinson. As we, I believe, set to send a couple to the B-Man event. As here they come out of turn number 4, green flag in the air, and Richie McLeod, a great jump here in this C main in the 14 car. Clicks second. Battle for third behind him. Oh boy, we got a caution flag here, as that one involves Harl Streaker in car number 82 and many, many, many more. With Cody Terry involved, David Smeal involved, Brian Moore possibly involved. Just about everybody from second on back involved in a caution here, with only one lap in the books for your B-main event here with the 360s for the DOB. The DOB 360s here on TDTV, of course, round number 2 of season 17. Absolutely crazy that Chris has been able to keep this going for 17 seasons now. As there you see Chris right there running here in this C-main event. Trying to work his way into tonight's 30-lap feature here at the USA International Raceway. So finally, looks like lights are out, race fans, as that pace truck makes its way down the back straightaway. Lights are out, in fact, as there you see Richie McLeod in the 14 car, going to lead us to a green flag this time. They head off into turns 3 and 4. Let's see when this restart happens. Looks like McLeod's about to hit that loud pedal, as Richie McLeod down the front straightaway, going to work his way into turns 1 and 2. Your race leader here at the USA International Raceway. Second right now, Kevin Click. Third, Chris Roberts, trying to work his way into tonight's B-main event. Whoa, we got one sideways. Justin Z, as he tries to get around, I believe that's Chris Roberts there in the 93, as Richie McLeod got all kinds of sideways and lost the lead after banging the cushion. McLeod down to the bottom. Now being challenged by Buchanan. Oh, behind him. We got two together. We got a big melee in turn 4. 15 car involved, 73 car involved. I believe two 558 involved as well. Brian Moore, lots of people involved here. And a caution with 9 laps remaining. So that will bring out a caution once again. Kevin Click, your current race leader. Roberts, Zapatansky, and McLeod, your top 4 currently. Excuse me. So here we go. Green flag back in the air, working lap number. I believe this will be lap number 4 of 12. We're back green flag racing here. Kevin Clay, Chris Roberts. Whoa, there goes Justin Z. Caution back out. I believe Josh Butler involved in that one, as he is off the speedway. So Kevin Click continues to lead as it seems to be falling apart here at USA. We've seen a good night of racing so far, but this C-main event is absolutely wreaking havoc on the field of cars in it so far. Well, excuse me, all it took was that one little check. We're not in a C-main. We are actually, I believe, in a B-main. Yeah, actually in a B-main here. They pulled a fast tricky on me. We're not in a C-main. We're in a B-main. They pulled a tricky on me. We were running C-mains all season long, and here we are in a B-main. With, I believe, the top 4 going to the feature. I was under the impression the top 2 would go to the B-main event. The top 4 of that would go to the feature, but here we are in the B-main top 4 to the feature. I see why these guys are racing like it's for all the marbles, because it is. With 8 laps to go here, coming around, going to take 1 to go to green this time. So Click working us down the back straightaway with the lights out on the iRacing pace truck. Looks like we will go back green flag racing this time. So it's Click, Roberts, Zapatansky, McLeod, your top 4. They would go to a transfer spot if we were to finish like we are. So coming into turn number 4, green flag going to fly once again on the lap pedal already is Click. Going to restart into 8 laps to go here at the USA International Raceway. Down the back straightaway goes Kevin Click. Okay, Click in the number 18 car, or number 25, excuse me. The big board may say 18, but that's a 25 on the side of K Click's car. Chris Roberts currently second, McLeod up to the 3rd spot. Zapataxny able to take it back from him for now. McLeod looks back down to the bottom. It's been working for him so far, but here comes Adam Buchanan, going to try and challenge for the 4th and final transfer spot to the main event. They work now in the front straightaway, now down the back straightaway. There's race leader Kevin Click back to Chris Roberts, back to Justin, where we find the battle for 3rd. 14 down to the bottom. It's Richie McLeod. 3 cars up into the wall. Oh, not good for Justin. Able to save it after a big spill, but that may be all she wrote for Justin Z. As now Adam Buchanan into the top 4 in that final transfer spot. Will Matthew Westfall have anything to say about it? 5 laps remain. Make it 4 laps to go, this time by, as now Richie McLeod making his way back to the front. He's up into the 4th spot, or up to the 2nd spot, excuse me. Good run on the outside for Chris Roberts. Caution flag. Caution flag indeed here. See if we can figure out exactly who it was. I believe Jessup and Paquel involved. Or actually, that might have been Justin Z there. See if we can hit the rewind and see what happens here with Zapataxny. Hope I'm saying that right. I really do. I'm usually decent with names here. So he gets up into turns 3 and 4, jumps the cushion once again, and then yeah, the car doing some flippy doo-dahs, some flippy doo-dees into the wall, and to a stop goes Justin to bring it into his night. I believe we've shed now 8 cars remaining on the track for this B main event. Greg Parmalee being the final of those. Remember, only 4 go to tonight's feature event. Live from the USA International Raceway, or International Speedway, excuse me, as it's currently, refresh this, it is currently Kevin Klink, Richie McLeod, Chris Roberts, and Adam Buchanan, that top 4. Back with you here, Click, McLeod, Roberts, Buchanan trying to hold off the rest of the field. As I believe what's going on here, as we may have run out of time. Let's see if we even get a restart. Kevin Click and McLeod on the loud pedal as we race off into turns 1 and 2. Now we'll see if they cut them short or if this will be your white flag. Yep, they will cut them short. So let's see if we can get an official look at your results for your consolation race. So let's see. I'm going to scroll it back just one time there. One first finisher will be Kevin Click, of course, McLeod, Roberts, Buchanan to the feature. Westfall, Moore, Parmalee, Detweiler, Streaker, Zapatoxny, Jessup, Pakel, McGeethy, Butler, Chevalier, Harold, Smeal, and Terry all watching from the trailer. Also had, I believe, Gallo and Robinson in there as well. Yes, we did. So 20 cars started, only 4 went to the feature here tonight, as we will now grid up for tonight's feature race. With on the front row, Billy Rowley in car number 79. To his outside will be Dustin Griffiths in car number 9. Row number 2 will be Mason Hannigan in the 1 alongside Tyler Schell in the number 85. Brad Lamberson will roll off from position number 5. I believe Larry Moody will roll off for position number 6. Yes, he will. Brendan Eiler will roll off for position number 7. Daniel Zegers will be outside row number 4 in position number 8. Starting 9th will be Arnie Williams Jr. in the 91. Starting 10th, Miles Jansen Jr. in the 35. Starting 11th, Alex Szerzynski in 29. Starting 12th will be the 25 of Richie Preston. Rolling on here. Starting 13th, Tyler LaPointe in car number 23. Starting 14th, Doug Lockwood in 08. Starting 15th, Ryan Scheit in car 010. Starting 16th, Michael Sheridan in 15. Starting 17th, Andrew May. 18th, Christopher Lynn. 19th, Jonathan Lowe. 20th, Stephen Hill. 21st, Kevin Click. 22nd, Richie McLeod. 23rd, Chris Roberts. And your 24th and final starter will be Adam Buchanan, as we are taking a green flag off of turn number 4. Braden Eiler to the outside. Brad Lamberson leads us into turn 1 and 2. I believe we got some live timing issues here, as Tyler Schell is your current race. Well, actually, Tyler Schell, not even your current race leader. Live timing and scoring issues are running amok here on the field. As we have caution here, see if this fixes everything. I believe Billy Rowley, your current race leader, there you see Rowley in the number 79 car. Right behind him, Dustin Griffiths in the 9. I want to say there, that caution may have unfortunately been on Larry Moody. Actually, maybe not Larry. Well, Larry may have played a part in it, but I see a lot of different people with some crashed indicators. Quite a few, however. As everybody gonna trail, I believe, Billy Rowley in car number 79. If you look back towards the back here, some guys already on the move. Chris Roberts picked up a spot there in that one lap that we were going. Billy Rowley going to be your race leader once we get back going here. So Richie Preston, Doug Lockwood currently in the pits. Believe those two involved in the melee there on lap number 2. As we get set to go back, green flag racing here at the USA International Speedway. Coming around 1 to go to green this time, race fans. I want to thank you all for tuning in live here on TDTV. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button before you go. We'll be back with you on Thursday night for round number 2 of the DOB 410 Sprint Car Series, live from Kokomo and then from the Bristol Motor Speedway dirt track. So out of turn number 4, it looks like we're going back. Green flag racing. Rowley on the point. Griffith second. Hannigan going to restart third here. It's here we go. Field going to shuffle in. And looks like we're going to get back right where we left off. Rowley, your leader. Griffith second. There's Hannigan right again. Third. Shell fourth. Top 5, Braden Eiler. So Griffith's now to the lead. Gets a pass over the number 87 or the 79, and I believe Billy Rowley going to be charged with this caution as he was your race leader. Talk about penthouse to outhouse. Billy Rowley, absolutely that is, oh man, that's not a good sign as your race leader goes into 3 and 4, into the wall, into the guardrail. Ricky Bobby all over again. Up and over goes Billy Rowley. And that will bring it into his night and put us under caution once again. So I believe Dustin Griffiths inherits the race lead. Hannigan to second. Shell to third. Lamberson fourth. Moody to fifth. How about this run for Mr. Larry Moody? Braden Eiler currently back in sixth in the number 6. Ziegler 7th. Williams 8th. Jansen 9th. And I believe LaPointe will round out the top 10. Ryan Scheit currently running in the 11th spot. Well, you race fans watching at home, before we get Matt going, Green Flag Racing, go ahead, hit that like button down below, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss a live stream here on TDTV. Who knows? I might venture into doing some other video game live stream. Might live stream some of my own races here in the very near future. Been having a lot of fun playing games as of late and would love to get you guys included in on that. But go ahead, hit that subscribe button so that you will never miss a second of the action here on TDTV. As I believe lights out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. Number 9, Dustin Griffiths. Good run so far. His best run of the season with us here. It wasn't all that hot last week, but this week so far, 2 good runs. Let's see if he can capitalize and hold off that driver right there, Mason Hannigan. Saw him pick up a win in the 410s on Thursday night. Looking to pick one up here tonight. Tyler Shell looking to pick up win number 2 on the season. Remember, on the track, swept both races last Tuesday, but one was taken away after he was issued a penalty from race number 1. Now, green flag going to fly here for the field. Working into lap number 4. Griffiths back on the loud pedal. Hannigan to the inside instantly. Here comes Shell as well. Both those drivers tried it, but Griffiths on the top. A great run down the backstretch, and he will hold a solid half a second advantage as both Shell and Hannigan inch back into him. These drivers learning that that top shelf is absolutely treacherous here at USA. Top shelf again, absolutely treacherous in turns 3 and 4. 1 and 2, it's not so bad, but turns 3 and 4, you gotta hit it just right, or you're gonna be riding the wall like Lightning McQueen. As we come down the front straightaway, battle for the lead now. Hannigan on the outside, looking to take it away from Griffiths. Shell now back around Hannigan, but Hannigan, good run down the back straightaway, got the lead. Does Mason Hannigan, the Pennsylvania native, to the point. Not Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh native. Pittsburgh, Indiana for Mason Hannigan. Of course, Braden Eiler, a Pennsylvania native, winner of race number 1 here tonight. So, caution flag flies. That puts Dustin Griffiths back to the lead. Hannigan second. Shell third. Eiler, Lamberson, your top 5. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what happened there. I believe Jonathan Lowe may be involved some way. Let's hit that TDTV rewind once again and see if we can find the caution here, as it does involve Lowe, but possibly not able to see exactly what happened as he disappears and reappears magically a few seconds later. So again, there's your caution. Lowe involved, not sure who else, but that brings it into a very short green flag run. as Dustin Griffiths continues to lead us here at USA. So all in all, a few cautions in here, but still a great race at the front between Griffiths, Hannigan, and Shell as the pace truck dives off turn number 4. Again, we're back green flag racing here at USA. 25-24 now to go in tonight's 30-lap A main. They work down the bank straightaway. Shell trying to load up a shot. Nothing doing for him. Insert Braden Eiler into the mix as now the driver of the number 6 machine works into the top 3. Now to the top. Oh, Eiler into the wall. Not good. If you're Braden Eiler, that causes a catastrophe behind him. Trying to find out the driver at fault as I saw one spin in towards the back. As the yellow flag will fly once again. Here with 23 laps remaining. As Ryan Scheid has dropped 4 spots so far in this one. Richie McLeod a couple of laps down. Dustin Griffiths continues to lead us at USA. As the field's getting restacked, repacked for yet another restart here with 22 laps to go. So back with you here, I believe we've gotten the one to go to green, new race leader, Mason Hannigan. I believe they awarded it to Hannigan at the line. He was able to cross in the lead. So that puts Griffiths back to second. I believe Dustin thought that he was the race leader, so he led us the first couple of pace laps. But now it's all in the hands of the Pittsburgh, Indiana driver, Mason Hannigan, as he will lead us back to a green flag here with 23 laps to go. Chris Roberts out of this one. He will be a non-factor towards that leaderboard. There you see Mason Hannigan to the point as we restarted here. They head down the back straightaway. Griffiths looking to load up a shot. On the outside, here comes Tyler Shell. Got a great run, but stalled it a little bit out of a bump auto turn number 2. Now into 3 and 4. Shell back to the top shelf. Almost into the wall. These guys flirting with disaster up on the top. That's through the middle there. 3 wide on the bottom. 8 car. 27.91. All battling down the back straightaway. Larry Moody still in 5th. Braden Eiler in 4th, battling with Dustin Griffiths. Up front, Hannigan into the wall. Give Tyler Shell the advantage down the front straightaway. Will we see the shot from Shell? Yes, we will. Slide job from Tyler Shell. Shell able to make the slider stick, but here comes Hannigan back to the bottom. Crossover move for Mason Hannigan. Here we go. Slider of his own into turns 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Tyler Shell looks to load one up again. Might be a crossover from Shell. Back to the top goes all 3 of your top 3. Eiler now trying to inch his way into this mix. 19 to go here from USA. As Braden Eiler looks to the top shelf. So does Tyler Shell. Shell into the wall, though. Going to scrub some speed and put him back about a car length behind Mason Hannigan. Now Braden Eiler with a good run. And he will scrub some speed after making contact with a bump coming out of turn number 2. Back behind these guys, there you see Ernie Williams Jr. and Brad Lamberson in battle for the 5th spot. Dustin Griffiths falling all the way back to 7th. Not what you want to see for driver number 9. Zerzinski making his way into the top 10, up to 9th. Sheridan currently in the 10th spot. Got to change of position up front. There's your battle for 2nd. Shell and Eiler. Eiler now crossover move. Braden Eiler trying to make something work here as he's back to the bottom of Tyler Shell. Slide job from Eiler. Back to 2nd goes the Pennsylvania native. Tyler Shell right back behind him in car number 85. Slide job. Pulls right up to the backside of Mason Hannigan in the middle of the corner. Hannigan, good advantage now as they continue to battle for 2nd. That's Shell and Eiler. One's going to clear the other and make their way towards Mason Hannigan if they want to have a shot at this one. A couple of position changes towards the mid-pack here as Griffith starts making his way back towards the front. Gets around Daniel Zegers with a slider. Down the front straightaway they go. See what else we got cooking here is, oh, caution flag waves. Once again, looks like it may be Adam Buchanan. As we will hit that rewind button one more time. Yeah, Adam Buchanan, an issue there. Actually, might not have been Buchanan. Who was that? Not exactly sure, to be honest with you, but all I do know is right now is Mason Hannigan is your leader in car number 1. Eiler 2nd, Shell 3rd. Then it's Williams Jr., Lamberson, your top 5. Larry Moody has dropped out of the top 5, back to 6th right now. Dustin Griffiths right there in 7th. Daniel Zegers in 8th. Michael Sheridan in 9th. Alex Zerzinski in 10th. And so far in this race, we didn't even see Matt's boy, the 49 car, show up for this one, David Heileman, as he decided not to partake in race number 2 of the night. So I believe it's going to restart here to 14 laps to go. Mason Hannigan is your race leader. Pace truck still on the speedway here. Going to be one to go to green this time by. Take a good hard look at your field of cars right now. I believe still that 24 deep. As we saw Billy Rowley who started up at the front. I believe first car out right now. So I believe 22 cars still on the track here. Richie McLeod, Doug Lockwood, Stephen Hill, Christopher Lynn, all multiple laps down as we get set for yet another restart here at the USA International Speedway with the DOB 360 Sprint cars right here on TDTV. See what this restart looks like for Mason Hannigan. Fires out of turn number 4, and here we go down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2 once again. Good restart there for Hannigan. Eiler currently controls the second spot, trying to catch Hannigan. Shell third. Williams Jr. in that 4th spot, looking to have another word with me here tonight as Ernie Williams Jr. got to make some passing quick if he wants to do it. As the 9 of Dustin Griffiths. Whoa, we see one there. Richie Preston. Caution flag waves for Richie Preston. We saw him wheel hop it down the front straightaway. And he comes to a rest here. Let's take a look back at turns 3 and 4 here. You saw Griffiths get sideways. Preston down on the bottom, got off the gas and all the way on the gas. Wheel hops that 360 sprint car, and around he goes to bring out caution yet again with 11 laps remaining. So there's a look at your top 5. Hannigan, Eiler, Shell, Williams, Lamberson will make up the top 5 for this restart. Sheridan up to, actually Larry Moody still in 6th. Sheridan up to 7th. That's plus 9 for Mr. Michael Sheridan. They're in car number 15, so a good run so far for him. Some other guys gaining spots. Plus 10 for Kevin Click. Plus 10 for the Catfish Chris Roberts. Plus 7 for Adam Buchanan in 44. And of course, plus 5 for Eiler. Plus 5 for Ernie Williams Jr. Those are your big movers so far in this race here as we close in on 10 laps remaining. It's out of turn number 4. We'll take the 1 to go to green this time. So we'll restart with 12 laps to go here at the beautiful USA International Speedway. Of course, at one time covered in dirt, at one time covered in asphalt, currently in real life closed, unfortunately. But here on the iRacing Simulator service, it is as live as it has ever been. And we're seeing that well and true here tonight with the DOB 360 Sprint cars. Good looking race so far. Let's see how this one finishes up as we'll restart into 12 laps remaining for race leader Mason Hannigan. Tyler Shell, Braden Eiler, your top 3. Ernie Williams Jr. and Brad Lamberson round out the top 5 as we're going to come back to a green flag out of turn number 4. Race fans, this one could be for all the marbles. That wall up there in turns 3 and 4 is absolutely killer tonight. As guys are getting into it left and right. 1 and 2 is not a problem. 3 and 4 is becoming a huge problem as the battle for second was raging for a second, but Tyler Shell made a mistake and allowed Ernie Williams Jr. into the top 3, and I believe we're going to have another caution here. Richie Preston possibly involved here. Tyler LaPointe possibly involved in this one as well. We'll take it in rewind mode once again here tonight and find out what causes another caution here for DOB at USA. That was a possibly big one. I see the 10 car involved, 23 involved as well. Let's look at Tyler LaPointe's POV here and see exactly what happens. A lot of cars are together there. Who triggers this one, though? We'll look at Chris Roberts real quick and see if he caught anything better there. Stop moving on me. That'd be great. There we go. So Chris Roberts off this start here, right in front of him. Everybody getting together there. You see 25 click, and I want to say that's the 20 car of low, and then, yep, chain reaction right behind him. So Chris Roberts into the pits there. Might be his night done as we continue to cut down laps. 10 to go here from USA. And Mason Hannigan dominant so far since taking the lead with on about lap 6 or 7 there, and since then has not looked back. And that hiccup earlier in session number 1, rebounding tremendously so far here in session number 2, and interestingly enough, Tyler Schell able to go back to the second spot because a lap was not completed between the time that he lost that second and third spot and the caution. So what more can DOB throw our way here tonight? We got about 10 laps to find out. It's off turn number 4. Mason Hannigan back on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. 9 laps remain. Shell straight to the bottom. Got to slide up next time to try and make it work. Eiler back to second. Shell got shuffled back a spot there. Here comes Braden Eiler, but Tyler Shell back to it. Tries to make the bottom side work once again, as Braden Eiler gets up into the fence, but he's able to maintain the outside of Tyler Schell. Now Schell back to the bottom once again, tried to roll it, nothing happening. Mason Hannigan continues to lead. Eiler looks comfortable in second right now. Back down to the bottom goes the 86 machine, the 85 of Tyler Schell. 5 of Eiler still in second, and we've got a battle for the race lead. Slide job from Braden Eiler. 7 laps remaining here, race fans. A slider from Eiler. Now Hannigan, slider of his own, loads it up and delivers the shot. Eiler into the fence. This is going to be catastrophe for Braden Eiler. He was set up to have a spectacular battle with Mason Hannigan, and the plans are foiled here with 6 laps to go, as Hannigan has escaped scot-free with the lead down the back straightaway. Tyler Schell looking to reel him in here. Braden Eiler back to the top shelf. Live and die by the cushion for driver number 6 right now. Big slide job. Whoa, right up against Hannigan is Eiler, and he will take the position for the moment. Now Schell back to the bottom. Slider of his own as he washes up to the top. Now Eiler able to have a better line off of turn number 4 this time, but he's not going to have enough momentum to throw the slider on Tyler Schell. Eiler back to the top. Schell holds down the second spot, keeping our eyes right here as Schell will hop off of turn number 2 there, and Eiler up on the cushion. Can he make it work this time as Schell makes the same mistake Eiler did a couple laps ago? Lets him by. Now Ernie Williams Jr. looks to work into the top 3 once again. Schell tries to cut Williams off. That costs Williams too, as Lamberson tries to jump him for the 3rd spot. Up front, Eiler trying to run down Hannigan. Might be too little too late. 2 laps to go this time by, as Ernie Williams Jr. said earlier he'd be lucky to talk to me again, and he might just do it here as he holds down the bottom side of this racetrack over Brad Lamberson right now. But eyes back up front. We're in for a slobber knocker of a finish. Eiler and Hannigan coming to the white flag. Race fans, on your feet. This is going to get good. They battle in a 1 and 2. Share this one around. Slider from Eiler. Hannigan back to the bottom. Mason Hannigan gonna have the advantage down the back straight away. This is gonna be one final attempt for Braden Eiler. Who's gonna take it home? Hannigan to the top. Eiler off the top. It's a photo finish, but it's gonna be Mason Hannigan, your winner here at USA. Eiler, great run for second. Ernie Williams Jr. into the top 3. Brad Lamberson fourth. Larry Moody rounds out the top 5. Good run for the number 73. It's Michael Sheridan 6th. Tyler Shell 7th. So disappointing end to the night for Tyler Shell as he comes home in that 7th spot. As we'll pull up your results to see the rest of the finishing order. Again, Tyler Shell was 7th. Daniel Zegers will finish 8th. Tyler LaPointe 9th. Alex Rzinski 10th. 11th went to Andrew May. 12th went to Miles Jansen Jr. 13th to Richie Preston. 14th went to Chris Roberts. 15th Ryan Scheit. Then it was Buchanan, Click, Lowe, Griffiths rounding out 19. And then back to Doug Lockwood, Richie McLeod, Christopher Lynn, Stephen Hill, and Billy Rowley rounding out the field. But your race winner, it will be the number 1 car of Mason Hannigan out of Pittsboro, Indiana. And Mason is standing alongside, waiting to get brought down here to have a word with me. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner for session number 2, Mr. Mason Hannigan. Mason, another fantastic run, picking up where you left off from Thursday night's first run. A bit of bad luck in the first session here tonight, but hey man, you rebound in a very big way, but not without challenge there. Braden put you to the test late on.
Yeah, I don't know where he was picking up on me so fast. Like, I don't even know where he started, but he was rolling there. And I don't know, he just slid me in 1. So I don't know if he'd catch me in 4 or something. I knew he couldn't slide me in 3 because I was running slider line in 3. And I don't know. I got to go back and watch, but he was rolling, and probably 5 more laps than he had at 1. But I mean, I wasn't gonna give it up for free. I knew that.
Oh, absolutely not. But hey, he put you to the test, and you pass it with flying colors here tonight. So, I mean, you absolutely could not complain. Rebound after the EOL in the heat race in the first server. We come here, we dominate at USA. Now, it's getting a little bit late, so Mason, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Go ahead and thank those sponsors. Who got you here? Who's getting you to victory lane here in session number 2 of round 2?
Yeah, for sure. Black Diamond Motorsports. Can't thank the boys enough. Tim Sims, UDTV, Velocity Race Designs, and all the guys at DOB, Chris, you for broadcasting it. And yeah, we'll be back for the 410 deal, but 360 deal is kind of gonna be off for a little bit until the racing season's done. So I'm gonna try and run points for 410, but I don't know about 360s yet.
Hey, no worries at all. We'll definitely look forward to seeing you. 410 is going to be a big deal this coming Thursday as we head to Kokomo, and we then go to Bristol. So, hey, you're from Indiana, Kokomo, right? Probably right up the road from you. That one's got to be interesting for you to put in that calendar there. But, Mason, once again, congratulations on your win here tonight. Look forward to seeing you again Thursday.
Yep, thank you.
So, of course, that was race winner Mason Hannigan. Next, we'll bring up in here to the booth with me your second place finisher. After taking a win earlier tonight, second place here at USA. So close for Braden Eiler. Braden, still a pretty solid interior night here.
Yeah, it was honestly kind of disappointing. I feel like you would have seen a pretty good race between me and Mason, but I guess the guys in the back of the pack had other plans, and we basically paced all race. And yeah, it was definitely difficult to go stop, start, and try to make a run at it.
Well, hey, I mean, what we did get to see was good, so I'll take what I can. Now, take me through those last couple of laps there. What was kind of the mindset? You know, white flag lap. We throw the slider in 1 and 2. He gets back by you. What's the mindset in 3 and 4 there? Why not follow him low? What was kind of going through your head as we went to the last corner?
Checkers or wreckers, and I kind of felt like he had the same mentality too. So I knew if I would have chopped him for a slider, he would have either stuck the bottom and passed me anyways, or we, may have made contact, or I would have got it put on my nose anyways and have to lift. So I was kind of hoping I could either just run the top and get the cut down run on the front stretch with all the grip down on the bottom. Yeah, it definitely didn't work. The wind kind of threw a huge trump card into play, and 3 and 4 was difficult. That was probably my biggest issue with the yellows, was because I figured out how to run it about 10 laps in, but it just takes so much rhythm and mindset that yellows really just break that up, and you miss your marks one time and then you find yourself in the wall. I don't know how many times I let Tyler by just because I slapped the wall a few times.
Well, hey, I mean, yeah, obviously I saw it a couple times. It was given. Trust me, you're not the only one. It gave absolutely everybody fits that wall in 3 and 4, which is, I guess, a good thing and a bad thing mixed all in one. But Braden, it's getting a little late. I'll go ahead and let you shout out those sponsors one more time before we head to Thursday's big race with the 410s.
Yeah, just everybody elbows up. Flow Racing, Wicked Energy, or Wicked Brands, Wicked Cushion, Just Logistics, BS Airlines, everybody else who supports the team. Also, I gotta thank Billy Rowley for all the paints he does for us. He does a really good job. And appreciate Chris for putting on the league. Hopefully, maybe we can get it cleaned up next week and have some good racing.
Hey, hopefully so. But before we do that, Thursday night, we've got Kokomo and we've got Bristol. Braden, look forward to seeing you there. I guess until next time we talk, buddy.
Yes, sir.
So, again, that was Braden Eiler. And now we got to bring one last guy back into the booth with me here. And there he is, the man himself. He was hesitant to say he'd get to talk to me again tonight, but here he is. Never doubt yourself, Mr. Ernie Williams Jr. Ernie, great run once again, man. I don't know if you pulling lucky straws, what you're doing, but hey, issues with other cars, you find yourself right back in the top 3. And that's not to say you didn't earn it, man. You drove your butt off this entire race. How difficult was it getting around USA? We saw turn 3 give guys fits all night.
Yeah, I didn't even try to run the cushion, man. It was just very technical, so I didn't run it. I just chose to run the slider line. There was too many cautions. You had to get a rhythm. And if you could get a rhythm, I would have went up there, but I'm a rhythm guy. I got to get up there and run a couple of laps easy on it. Then, then you can start making it hard. We never got a little rhythm going, so I just kept running the slider line or low. I was getting around people like that, so we just kept doing that. And like I said, they just really weren't enough green flag laps consecutively to let it eat on the cushion, so I just didn't do it.
Well, hey, you really didn't have to. You were able to pass cars on the bottom all night long and, wait on guys to make a mistake up top. That way you can get around them on the bottom. But it's getting a little late here. I'm about ready to hit the hay myself. I know you probably are.
Buddy.
Yeah, man, about ready to hit the hay. So shout out them sponsors real quick before we get rolling here.
Talking Dirt TV, man. Thanks for coming on and helping us out, man, doing the broadcast. And thanks for the fans for watching, and boys, and we'll see you next week, man.
Absolutely. Possibly Thursday night. Oh, man, he dipped out on me. I wasn't even done with him. But, hey, he dips out on me Thursday night. We'll be back with you right here on TDTV with the 410 series for DOB at Kokomo and then Bristol. But for my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Parisian, who dipped out a little while ago, I've been Ryan Williams. This has been the DOB 360 Sprints at Limaland and USA right here on TDTV, and we'll catch you in the next one.